What's up guys, Chaos Shinobi here. This is What If Naruto combines Mangekyou and Byakugan. Summary: Naruto was smart enough and powerful enough that he was in the ANBU as a child and had a fused Kekkei Genkai made of the Byakugan and the Sharingan? How would the Naruto storyline be different? Chapter 1, The Team Formed. Who the hell are you? Rang an insidious voice. I'll never tell you anything, yelled a young boy wearing a fox mask and a white robe with a hood. He appeared way too young to be ANBU, but Orochimaru could care less. Multi-shadow clone jutsu, yelled the young boy as he created 100 exact replicas of himself. How old are you, child? Orochimaru asked in shock. 6, but I'm going to be known as the 6-year-old who killed the legendary evil Sannin Orochimaru. Suddenly, the boy whipped through several hand signs and powered up a Chidori in his left arm and a cerulean blue Rasengan in his right. I will see you later, brat. I'm not in the mood for your insolence. The Sannin, with a distasteful look in his eyes, vanished in flames. The boy yelled, damn it. He got away. As he powered down his 2 jutsu and undid his shadow clones. The boy walked back to his village after the failed battle and proceeded to a large building. Knock, knock, knock tilde. Enter, shouted an old but powerful male voice. Hello, Lord Third Hokage. The boy stated. Close the door and remove your mask. Your identity is safe here. As you wish, Lord Third. The boy closed the door. Then he proceeded to remove his fox mask and lower his hood. The boy had bright blonde hair with deep cerulean eyes. He wore a headband that spouted the symbol for the Hidden Leaf Village. However, his face was hidden behind a white mask that came from his shoulders to just above his nose. He then took a seat as the Third Hokage began to speak. Brief me on the intel you gained on your mission. Well, the man was definitely dangerous. In fact, you know him quite well, being as he was your student, Lord Third. You can't mean that it was him? Precisely. It was Orochimaru. How did your fight go? Well, I started by activating my Sharingan and my Byakugan after realizing his identity. I then answered how old I was after summoning 100 shadow clones. I then proceeded to create my Chidori and my Rasen Shuriken at the same time when he left in distaste. I see. So you didn't get a chance to battle. Guess that means you scared the hell out of the creep. Oh well. You have a mission tomorrow. Naruto, you are dismissed to go rest up for your mission. Yes, Lord Third. The boy put his mask on and raised his hood. He then proceeded to go home. The 6-year-old boy had great skill that impressed even the Third Hokage. Meanwhile, far off in a distant land. Lord Orochimaru, what did you see that has you so shaken up? Said the mysterious cloaked man. A 6-year-old ANBU that can rival the Third? What? Give me all your info on the boy. I already have. My student, it is time for you to take on a new duty. What do you ask, Lord Orochimaru? I will hand you a picture and I want you to follow the boy and create one of your info cards on him. But I want you to make it as in-depth as possible. Include his history. Yes, my lord. Now I will take my leave and head for the Hidden Leaf Village. Farewell, my student. Do not fail me. The man walked off towards our hero to discover every secret he has. Roughly 6 years later. Naruto. How are you? Naruto was eating some dumplings when his sensei walked up. How are you, Kakashi-sensei? I hope my adopted uncle has a good reason for showing up to disturb my time off. I do. I wanted to talk to you about your decision. Kakashi. We must go to my apartment. Let's teleport there. Agreed. Naruto and Kakashi vanished in a puff of smoke before appearing in Naruto's apartment. Why are you quitting the ANBU, Naruto? You did so well there. I want to get to know people my own age. I want my close comrades to be my age. I also want to work my way from Jonin to Chunin to Jonin. I see. How do you plan to do this? I have talked to Iruka-sensei and he is letting me take the graduation exam tomorrow. He thinks I will fail, but he is giving me an attempt. I'll probably fail, but who cares? I think I'll pass eventually. So the Hokage informed me well. I was told that should you pass, I will be your Jonin leader. So do your best. I will, Kakashi-sensei. The silver-haired, masked man teleported away. Naruto opened his cabinet and put on his armor, grabbed his 2 katana, his dagger, his broadsword, his leg pouch filled with shuriken, kunai, smoke bombs, and food pills. As he headed to the door, he said, time to go get Anko and train in the Forest of Death. Meanwhile, at the academy. Okay class. Tomorrow we will be getting a student that will join you in taking the graduation exam. I hear he is very special. Why does he get special privileges, Iruka-sensei? Asked a hooded boy with a dog sticking its head out of his hoodie. We all had to go through 4 years of school while this kid shows up for 1. How is that fair? Easy, Kiba. If you have any questions, you can take it up with the Hokage. They are his orders. Answered Iruka. Pardon me, Iruka-sensei, but could you tell us his name? A shy small girl with lavender pupilless eyes asked. I'm sorry, Hinata, But you will all have to wait until tomorrow. He is probably a loser that doesn't even know hand signs, Kiba yelled. Iruka-sensei? I want to spar with the new kid before the exam tomorrow. I want to show him that I'm the best there is. Very well, Sasuke. I accept those terms. Meanwhile, I see you made it, Naruto. Always as nice looking as ever, Anko-sensei. So what is the weight you carry now? Well, Anko-sensei, I now carry 2 400-pound weights on each leg and 1 500-pound weight around my waist. Naruto replied. Lord Third really doesn't want your speed truly known, does he? Anko stated. He told me that if my speed were known, Danzo would try to keep me in the ANBU and put me in the foundation. It is to keep me from being weaponized. Alright kid. Ready to train for the last time for the foreseen future? Yes, Anko-sensei. But please make it as brutal as possible. I won't get this good training for a long time. As you wish, my student. Both bowed and began sparring. Meanwhile, we are getting a new student tomorrow? I hope he isn't as obnoxious as the others in the class, Hinata whispered as she walked home from school. Perhaps I'll bring something to welcome him. I know, Hinata said as she walked by a weapon shop. She walked in and grabbed 10 trident kunai and bought them and put them in her pack, then headed home. Meanwhile, Naruto, were you holding back? Anko asked, out of breath with cuts and bruises all over. Well, I couldn't use my ANBU skills against you. That would give me the unfair advantage. You know I hate an unfair fight. Naruto spoke, looking less beaten than Anko but still beaten all the same. Well, you should get rest for tomorrow. You are dismissed. As you wish, Anko-sensei. Suddenly Anko gave him a hug. No matter what the villagers say, everyone one of us that know you, adore you and treat you as family. That will not change. But make sure that no one finds out about who you truly are. Yes, Anko-sensei. You know, you are kind of like my older sister. Both laughed as Naruto walked home in the sunset. The next day, as students started walking into the classroom, they noticed someone new. He wore a white hooded cloak and his face was covered by a white mask. Only his eyes and forehead were visible. Iruka suddenly walked in and stood at the front. Is everyone here? Yes, sensei, everyone said in agreement. Okay then. Would Naruto Uzumaki please come up to the front of the class? Suddenly, the boy with the white cloak and mask stood up and walked to the front. Okay, Naruto. Would you please introduce yourself? Yes, Iruka-sensei. He turned to the students. My name is Naruto Uzumaki and... He slowly paused. Everything else is none of your damn business. I won't waste my time giving information no one will bother to care about. Besides, my life bio is classified info only known to a select few with a clearance code. So don't bother. It is out of my control anyways. Suddenly a kid with black hair and black eyes stood up. My name is Sasuke Uchiha and I'm going to kick your ass. Then you will see your place in this world. You know something, boy, I hate arrogance. If it is fine with Iruka, then I'll gladly bring you down 10 pegs. Iruka nodded and everyone walked outside. Sasuke and Naruto stood face to face and began to spar. Naruto disappeared from sight and before Sasuke knew what hit him, he had a kunai to his throat. I win, Naruto said. He released Sasuke and everyone went into the classroom. After taking their seats, Iruka said, all right. We will now begin the graduation exam. Iruka started calling out names until a half hour later, he reached the last name on the list. Naruto Uzumaki. Iruka-sensei? Can we take this outside? I don't mind if everyone watches. It's not that great but I need more than a small room. Everyone looked at him when Iruka replied, all right. Everyone outside. Once outside, Naruto pushed everyone against the fence. Naruto. You must create 3 clones. That is it? I guess I'll give a little show. Naruto put his hands together making a cross sign then yelled, multi-shadow clone jutsu. Suddenly 101 new Narutos appeared in the schoolyard. Alright everyone. Draw your katanas. We will fight until only one remains. About 10 minutes passed as Naruto's fought and died. Everyone looked amazed at him as he took down the last clone and sheathed his katana. Did I pass? Why, yes, Iruka said trying to understand what just happened. In fact, that brings you to the top of the class. Not a single student can make a shadow clone. Give it to that arrogant asshole Sasuke. I don't care where I am in the class. Okay everyone. Report to the classroom tomorrow to find your team assignments. Yes sensei, everyone yelled in agreement. Everyone walked home except Naruto. He made 12 hand signs and disappeared in a cloud of smoke. He appeared in a small restaurant where he found Kakashi Hitake, Might Guy, Kurenai Yuhi, Anko Mitarashi, Asuma Sarutobi, and Ibiki Morino. They all sat down and celebrated Naruto's graduation. At about sunset, they all left and Naruto went home. 7 a.m. the next day. Team 7, Naruto Uzumaki, Hinata Hyuga, and Shino Aburame. Instructor, Kakashi Hatake. Teammate, Ino Yamanaka, Shikamaru Nara, and Choji Akimichi. Instructor, Asuma Sarutobi. Team 9, Team 10, Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and Kiba Inuzuka. Instructor, Kurenai Yuhi. That is all. Wait here for your instructors to arrive. That is all. Iruka walked out of the room and left. Naruto jumped up front and faced the class. Hinata, Hyuga and Shino Aburame, please step up here. I need to have a word with you. Both of them got up and walked up front. Naruto turned to a whisperer as he said, after you two meet Kakashi-sensei, I want to eat dinner with you guys and talk with you. Okay. By the way, Naruto. We found out we would have you in class today, so I got you this gift. She handed the kunai to Naruto. He stared at them then looked up. Thank you, Hinata. These are exactly like the ones my father used before his death. Shino looked around. Wait, you two know each other? Well, I would sure as hell hope so, since she is my girlfriend. Although she isn't allowed to know anything except my name, birth date, and stuff like that. It is sad but true. But she doesn't mind. How long have you two been together? Since I kicked 3 bullies' asses when we were 7. She thanked me and I asked her to date me and she said yes, so we have had a secret relationship ever since. She is the only one in your class who knows me. Yes, Naruto is right. Although I wish he wouldn't hide his facial features and hair, but he said he was raised like that, so I don't mind. Hinata. I'll be back. I'm going to bring Kakashi-sensei. He is always late. I need you to hide me so I can use my transportation jutsu. Hinata and Shino nodded in agreement. They blocked him off and he left in a puff of smoke, and a mere seconds later brought Kakashi with him. Naruto. Glad to see you are as hasty as ever. I assume these two are your teammates? Yes, Uncle Kakashi, I mean Kakashi-sensei. Did he say uncle? Shino looked confused. Yes. Me, Guy, Ibiki, and Asuma are his adopted uncles, while Kurenai and Anko are his adopted aunts. We 6 take care of him. He was alone, not having parents. Only we 6 are authorized to know his bio. Nice to meet you, Kakashi. Naruto has told me great things about you on our dates. Shall we go to the roof and get started? Yes. And I have heard great things about you, Hinata. Glad that Naruto has someone his age who loves him. Now let's go to the roof. The 4 teammates walked to the roof and sat down. My name is Kakashi Hatake. My likes and dislikes are none of your business, as are my hobbies, dreams. However, I want to know your likes, loves, dislikes, hates, hobbies, and dreams. Shino first. My name is Shino Aburame. I like training. I love my bugs. I dislike ignorance. I hate people who don't think about their actions. My hobby is collecting and finding new species of bugs. My dream is to be the head of my clan. Very good. Next, Hinata. My name is Hinata Hyuga. I like going on dates with Naruto. I love Naruto. I dislike the fact that everything about Naruto is classified. I hate every villager that gives Naruto the eye. My hobby is training with Naruto. My dreams are to marry Naruto and be the head of my clan. Excellent. Now Naruto. Make sure you watch what you say. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. I like going on dates with Hinata and Ichiraku Ramen. I love Hinata. I dislike the villagers in this village. I absolutely hate arrogance and people who are arrogant. The first person on that list is that idiot weakling Sasuke Uchiha. My hobby is training Hinata. My dreams are to marry Hinata and become the greatest Hokage, but Hinata and Kakashi-sensei should know this already. I only stated this for Yoshino. Very well. Naruto, since you are hanging out after this, tell them what is going down tomorrow. Yes, uncle. See you guys later. Bye, uncle. Kakashi disappeared in a puff of smoke. Let's go train some. I need to learn your style, Shino. The trio walked off towards the training grounds. Chapter 2, Taking the Bells. Good, Shino. This allows me to assess your strengths and weaknesses so I can work better with you. I already know Hinata's skills well because I train her, but I had her demonstrate so you could know her strengths. Now I'll demonstrate my skills. After about an hour of weapons, taijutsu, ninjutsu, and genjutsu, Shino was astonished as Naruto was strong with everything a Jonin needs to know. In fact, he had skills he didn't show that were beyond the best of the Leaf Village's Jonin. Naruto promised to show these to Shino later. He was ready to take them to dinner. When they arrived, they each ordered their meal. Listen up, guys. Make sure you eat breakfast. Also pack a lot of tools. And Shino. The reason I had us train was so we could work as a team tomorrow. I know Kakashi said 7. Be there at 7, but we will be late by about 2 hours. Don't listen to his excuse. He and I visit the grave sites to those we hold dear that have passed. Unfortunately my 2 I never got to meet. They died the day I was born. It's okay, Naruto. I won't judge you. Hinata trusts you and I know she doesn't lie about someone. You're fine. Just then Hinata turned Naruto and gave him a hug. I love you Naruto. I love you Hinata. With that, they all went home. Naruto walked Hinata before walking all the way back across town to his apartment. 7 a.m. the next day. I wish you were here Mom and Dad. I wish you could meet my family and Hinata. It's all my fault that you're not here anymore. Naruto began to sob. Meanwhile, here they come Shino. What? Why is Naruto crying? I'll be back. Hinata ran to Naruto and comforted him. Ah Hinata. Naruto and I? You don't have to make an excuse. Shino know what you and Naruto do. Okay then. What's wrong Naruto? I'm sorry Hinata. It's one of those classified things. I wish I could tell you but I have to hold it in. It's fine Naruto. I'm here for you. He cries very little. And when he was in the ANBU so young, he saw and suffered things that would make a grown man cry. But talking to the parents he never met does this to him every time. It's a mystery. Thought Kakashi. Glad to see you guys. For today's exercise, I want you to take these 2 bells from me. At least one of you will return to the academy. Fail to take the bells by noon, and you all fail. Good luck. Go. Shino. Hinata. Follow me. Yes Naruto. They replied. They all ran and hid in the forest. Okay. He is trying to psych you guys out. As long as we use teamwork, no one fails. Just help me. Distract him and I'll steal the bells, Naruto said drawing his broadsword. Oh, and one more thing. Try to kill him. If you don't attack with the intent to kill, then you won't succeed. Go. I'm behind you. Yes Naruto. They replied. Hinata and Shino went back to Kakashi and started the distraction. Hinata started using her gentle fist technique and her Byakugan. She aimed chakra palms at Kakashi's vital spots, although Kakashi blocked every attack. Shino sent a flurry of parasitic insects to keep Kakashi at bay. As the beetles Kakashi threw a poison bomb on the ground, smothering all of the insects. Once the poison haze cleared, Naruto activated his Sharingan and Byakugan which together he calls the Byakugan and ran at Kakashi from behind. He twisted hand signs and yelled, "Water style, Great Waterfall Jutsu." What in the hell? What is your plan Naruto? This. He weaved more signs and yelled, "Earth style, Achilles Mud Prison Jutsu." Achilles Mud Prison requires water to make wet ground. He weaved one last set of signs and yelled Summoning Jutsu. He looked at Cerberus and began to speak. Cerberus. I need you to retrieve the bells from Kakashi. We are doing our first training as Genin. Ha. You a Genin? What is old man Hokage even thinking? There are cages that wish they were you. Keep it down Cerberus. My bio is still classified. Oh yeah. Sorry master. I'll be right back. Cerberus ran over to Kakashi. How are you Kakashi? Good. You Cerberus? The same. I must take the bells from you. They are my orders. Very well. But you will still have to fight. Very well. Fire style, Fire Bullets Jutsu. Fireballs began shooting out of all 3 of the large dogs' mouths and surrounding Kakashi. Kakashi used a water wall jutsu to neutralize them when he saw the dog tackle him and rip the bells from his side. I see why Naruto chooses to summon you when in a tight situation. Have you introduced him to any other legendary mythic summons? Not yet. His summon ability hasn't come into full force yet. I'm the only summon he is currently but the boy will gain his clan's abilities and surpass all other Uzumaki. I look forward to that day. See you Cerberus. See you later Kakashi. Cerberus walked over to Naruto. Give them the bells Cerberus. They did all of the hard work. As you wish master. He gave Shino his bell then looked at Hinata and spoke. And who might you be? I'm Naruto's girlfriend. Take good care of my master. His underestimation of himself will get him killed. He doesn't give himself enough credit. I will. Don't worry. Hey Cerberus? Yes master? When I take out that bastard Orochimaru, I'll let you deal the final blow. As it stands, I believe you and him have unfinished business. That would be greatly appreciated. Now if you'll excuse me, I must return to guard the gates to Tartarus. Bye master. You know what to do if you need me. Just then, Cerberus went up in flames and vanished without a trace. Naruto? Did he just say Tartarus? Is that really Cerberus? Yeah. My closest friend introduced us and he took a liking to me so I can summon him whenever needed. Even though he is a 3-headed demonic hellhound, he is a fun guy to hang around and he is nice. Ahem. Congratulations. You perfectly executed your teamwork. You never abandoned your friends. I am proud to announce that you all pass. Now as for being a team, your first mission is tomorrow. Meet me at the Hokage's office at 9 o'clock. Naruto and I will be there waiting for you. With that, Kakashi went up in smoke. Be prepared for stupid missions. After our 8th mission I'll talk to the Hokage and see about getting a real mission. Naruto? Can you explain? Yes, Shino. I meant that our missions will be pulling weeds, catching cats, walking dogs, etc. After 8 missions I should be able to talk the Hokage into giving us a real mission. Okay, do you want to hang out Hinata? Yes, Naruto. See you tomorrow Naruto. Hinata. Wait Shino. Yeah? Come fully prepared for combat. One of the biggest ninja rules is to be prepared. Yes Naruto. Bye guys. Bye Shino. Naruto and Hinata said. Shino took off and Naruto and Hinata started walking. Hinata? Yes Naruto? Can you go with me to Uncle Asuma's? Yes. But why do you need to see him? I have a question for him. Suddenly Naruto grabbed Hinata's hand and they disappeared in a puff of smoke. Naruto. How nice of you to drop in. Uncle Asuma. Naruto runs up and hugs him. I have a favor to ask and I hope you can assist me. What is it? You know your chakra blades? Yes. They were designed for me. What about them? Naruto pulls out his katana and broadsword. Could you get me chakra swords identical to these 3? We get assigned our first mission tomorrow and I have a really bad feeling about it. I can have them to you by tonight. My blacksmith owes me a favor. Thanks Uncle Asuma. Naruto hugs him. Hinata and I are going on a date so just drop them off at my house. Here is the spare key. Naruto throws him the key. I will. Bye kiddo. Bye Hinata, bye Asuma. Hinata disappeared in a puff of smoke holding Naruto's hand. Let's go to the park, Hinata. Okay Naruto. The two walked off towards the park. Chapter 3, Escort to the Land of Waves. Naruto got out of the shower and put on his white bodysuit and grabbed his old ANBU armor and looked at it. I hope it still protects me, he whispered. He put on the chainmail followed by the chest and back protector and shoulder guards. He then put on his weights. After that he put on his shin guards and his swords. He had come out of the bathroom with his white mask on. He grabbed his new chakra swords and put them on his back. He threw on his cloak with the hood up and went to the cemetery. Meanwhile, hey Shino. Naruto and Kakashi-sensei should be waiting for us. Let's go. Yes, Lady Hinata. Meanwhile, Mom, I'll tell you what I told Dad, I might not make it back. So we might be reunited sooner than expected. I love you. I promise to protect my team at all costs. Even my life. Naruto. Hinata and Shino will beat us if you don't hurry. Bye Mom. I'm coming Kakashi. What was that about, Naruto? I have a bad feeling about the mission we will be given today. Why? I don't really know. But I feel my gut telling me this is bad. But I might be paranoid. I'm not used to being out of the ANBU so I might be paranoid because of the missions I used to go on. I hope your gut is wrong, Naruto. Me too, Uncle. Let's go. Right. A few moments later. Hinata. Shino. Glad to see you made it. Naruto walked up and hugged Hinata. Ahem. Team 7. We are currently short on shinobi to do missions. Since your team has been given the highest rating from my sources, I am giving you a C-ranked escort mission instead of a normal Jinan mission. We need your skills. You shouldn't run into any problems, but if you do, I'll let Kakashi and Naruto make the call. Tilde knock 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 tilde. Come in, Tazna. Are these my escorts? They couldn't even guard a rock. Naruto turned in slight anger. You may be right about me but my teammates are unstoppable. You better be right Squirt. I am. Everyone listen. Team 7, your mission is to escort Tazna the bridge builder to the Land of Waves. He will brief you on the situation. Yes, Lord Hokage. Team 7 replied. Now go. Tazna is on a time schedule. And with that, Team 7 left to take Tazna to the Land of Waves. On their way they learned about Gato, the bridge, the status of the Land of Waves economy, and how the bridge will help. On the third day, Naruto got suspicious. Why is there a puddle when it hasn't rained in days? Naruto thought. Suddenly, Naruto's teammates looked behind as Naruto stopped a chain with a kunai and pounded the first of 2 enemies to the ground. The second was heading towards Hinata when suddenly Naruto flashed in front of her with a katana drawn glowing bright cerulean and stabbed the other enemy ninja in his chest. Hinata, are you okay? Yes. But only because of you Naruto. But how did you know they were there? A puddle when it hasn't rained in days? It was an obvious trick. Tazna. Explain yourself. Now. Sorry. Gato hired ninja to hunt me down. But our nation can't afford an A-ranked mission. I'm sorry. Kakashi? I say we continue. This could benefit us in the future. I agree. Let us continue. So the group continued walking towards the Land of Waves with a higher level of caution. Meanwhile, you go kill him now, Zabuza. Your so-called ninja were useless and got themselves killed. That was a test Gato. I will kill him now, you better. Zabuza swung his executioner blade at Gato stopping it 1 centimeter from his throat. Shut up and let me do my job. Grrr. Fine. I expect results from you later, Zabuza. I won't fail. Meanwhile, where did this fog come from, Naruto? Hinata. Get Shino and Kakashi and guard the bridge builder. I will take care of this. Trust me. Yes, Naruto. The other ninja made a delta formation around the bridge builder while Naruto stood out front. He drew his broadsword and started pumping chakra into it. Ha 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 ha. A kid thinks he can take me in a sword fight? If it will humor you, I'll give you a chance to battle me. But I won't go easy on you. Suddenly the ninja charged at Naruto with his executioner blade ready to slice him. He struck Naruto's broadsword and both got blown back from the force of the hit. Naruto charged at Zabuza and went for the legs to immobilize his enemy, but Zabuza blocked it. Naruto. That is Zabuza Momochi. He is one of the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist. Trade places with me. I can take him. Yes, sensei. Naruto and Kakashi quickly traded places. Kakashi pulled up his headband revealing his Sharingan eye. I see. You are Kakashi of the Sharingan eye, aka Kakashi the copy ninja. You are notorious for having copied 1000 jutsu. A worthy opponent indeed. I shall enjoy killing you. You won't be killing anyone. The reason being you made the fatal mistake of underestimating my adopted nephew and student Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto stabbed a katana into one of Zabuza's shoulders. Suddenly he turned into a puddle of water. Shit. Kakashi-sensei, it was a water clone. Do you see him? No. The fog is too thick. I can't see. I hate revealing my Kake Genkai, but it seems I need it to save you guys. Bye, Kuringan. Suddenly Naruto's face had veins branching from his eyes and a 3-tomoe formation formed around his missing pupils. Kakashi? How does your student have 2 Kake Genkai? He doesn't. I can see he has the Sharingan and the Bai. Naruto kicked him in the jaw and drop-kicked him into the dirt. Shut your face if you know what's good for you. Suddenly Zabuza got up and went through several hand signs and Naruto copied him simultaneously. Then they both yelled, "Water style, water dragon jutsu." The area was instantly flooded and Zabuza stood up while being bombarded with water against a tree when a needle hit him straight in the neck and he fell over dead. A boy in a hidden mist village ANBU mask jumped from a tree. Thank you. You have aided me in the capture of Zabuza Momochi. No, if you'll excuse me, I must leave. The boy took off as the mist dissipated. Kakashi, Hinata, Shino. Let's finish our mission. Right. But Naruto? Can I call the shots? I am your Jonin leader after all. Sorry, Uncle Kakashi. Alright, team. Let's go. Right. The team headed towards the village. They approached a large body of water where they boarded a boat. During the boat ride, Tazuna told Team 7 about the many crimes committed by Gato. They finally arrived at the small village. They got off the vessel and Tazuna led them to his house. Alright guys. Welcome to my house. I have rooms for you upstairs. Follow me to the kitchen. Team 7 followed Tazuna to the kitchen where a lady in her 20s and a boy maybe 10 or so years old were doing dishes. Tsunami. Inari. These are my bodyguards. Welcome. I would like to thank you for protecting my father. He is a high priority target around here. The woman replied, Shut up you morons. You guys are all going to die. And I won't cry because you are fools for thinking heroes exist and that you CA stand up to that bastard Gato. Naruto thought for a second. Inari? Can I tell you a story? Why should I care? I think you'll appreciate it. Whatever. On the day of a certain child's birth in my village, a bad thing happened. The village was suddenly attacked by the demon known as the Nine-Tailed Fox. Many people were dying and suffering. When all hope seemed lost, a man showed up and threw his life away to seal the fox in a child that was just born. He was revered as a hero. And although the villagers treat that child like the demon himself, the child found a family and never got mad at the hero because he knew had he not done this then the village might not exist or the family he now has might not be there. Are there times that the boy wishes his parents hadn't died in the chaos? Yes, but that child is happy with who he has now. He wouldn't have it any other way. Now if you'll excuse me, I need to go for a walk. Naruto stood up holding back the tears in his eyes and left. I'm going to make sure Naruto is okay. Hinata ran after Naruto to comfort him. Inari, now crying, yelled, That boy is a liar. That was just a fairy tale. Heroes don't exist and you guys are as good as dead now. Inari took off running to his room. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go talk to him. Kakashi followed the boy to his room. Inari, tell me what is wrong. My father died trying to be a hero. He made me realize that heroes don't exist. Inari, Naruto told you the truth. He knows that story better than even the village elders. How can that be? Because that hero, the fourth Hokage, was a friend of Naruto's father. Naruto is the boy spoken of in the story. How can he believe in heroes? He was cursed by those he tries to protect, because Naruto has heroes in his life. Asuma, Anko, Guy, Ibiki, And Kur and I all are Jonin from our village and we felt sorry for Naruto so we all adopted him and swore to take care of him. Because of us, Naruto has heroes in his life and can believe in heroes. It is your choice to believe or not to believe. But you are to never speak of this to anyone. It is highly classified. No one can know. Yes. I believe and I will keep your secret. Kakashi walked off looking for his nephew and Hinata. When he found them, they were walking back. You okay, kiddo? Yeah, that story brings tears to me every time. Okay. Glad you made it back safely. Shino. Come out. Yes, Naruto? I am going to get clearance from Lord Third when we return to tell you my bio so it doesn't end up getting in the way of future missions. That is all. Okay. Team 7. Go rest. We start training tomorrow. Yes, sensei. Everyone ran in to go to eat and once done they all went to bed. Chapter 4, Escort to the Land of Waves Part 2. Welcome to training, Team 7. Today you will be learning how to climb trees, but we all ready. Shino tried to say only to be cut off by Naruto. Shino. Hinata. Just listen to Kakashi-sensei. You haven't heard everything yet. I know where he's going with this. Yes, Naruto. Ahem. As I was saying, you will have to climb trees with just your feet. Naruto. My chakra is still low from yesterday. Would you please demonstrate? Yes, Kakashi-sensei. Naruto proceeded to focus chakra on the soles of his feet. Suddenly his feet started glowing blue. He sprinted up the tree. Suddenly his feet turned purple and he fell 50 feet or so. Everyone retreat. Kakashi forced everyone to run. Naruto hit the ground and left a medium-sized crater in the ground. Hey kid. Did you like my prank? I slipped some of my chakra into yours and caused you to lose control, Kurama said with a smile. Then he suddenly fell to the floor in his cage and started laughing. Yeah. Funny. Now can you heal me so I can retry? Sure kid. Now go back. Sorry guys. My chakra slipped. Now watch. Naruto ran up the tree again. But this time he easily reached the top. He then jumped from the top and shot chakra from his feet to slow his descent and landed softly on his feet. Very good Naruto. Hinata and Shino. I want you to practice this until you can reach the top, although you don't need the fancy ending. Just run back down the tree. Start when you are ready. If you need me, I'm going to talk to Naruto about what happened. Yes, Kakashi-sensei. Hinata and Shino chorused as they began practicing. Naruto. Come. Yes, uncle? Why was your chakra purple? It was Kurama. He added a small amount of his chakra to mine to mess me up. He laughed his ass off as he said it was a prank. I wish I didn't have to wear my weights. They are so heavy. What does Lord Third of your weights said it now? He upped the weight before the mission. It is now 500-pound weights on each leg and a 700-pound weight around my waist. Naruto. Take them off and run around the clearing so I can see what level you are truly at. Kakashi ordered. Sorry uncle. When we get back home, you'll have to ask permission from Lord Third. I see. So out of curiosity, what has Guy taught you? He taught me to open the 8 inner gates. Kakashi's eyes widened. Guy did what? How many can you open? Naruto nervously stated I can open 5, Guy-sensei has taught me over the past year and a half. Since me and Kurama have a deal where he heals me when it's life-threatening or incapacitating, in theory I could open all 8 inner gates and not die. Uncle Guy told me I might be the only person able to do it. He's still lucky I don't kick his ass, Kakashi growled as he began to leak killing intent. I can believe he would teach that to a child. Naruto wanting to get out of there said a little too quickly. Hey sensei. I'm going to go help Tazuna. I'll be at the bridge if you need me. Kakashi relaxed and let out a sigh. Okay. Good luck. Hopefully I won't have a need for it. Naruto took off towards the bridge. All that weight and he can still outrun me. I can't believe I am being outclassed. Meanwhile, Tazuna. I brought you a team. I don't see anyone other than you, Naruto. Wait a second. Multi-shadow clone jutsu. Suddenly 100 Narutos appeared in front of Tazuna. Here's your team. Just don't hit them or they will disappear. So a week passed with Naruto's clones helping Tazuna build the bridge and the members of Team 7 guarding it. Thank you for your super help. You are much stronger than you appear. You are the strongest on your team. If you consider this strength, Naruto said humbly as he watched his clones work. After several more hours the sun was beginning to set. Tazuna said I think that's enough for today, let's head back to the house. Okay. I will leave my clones here to guard the bridge. I can send orders to them telepathically so they will be fine by themselves. So I could have relaxed all day at home, why didn't you tell me? Naruto smirked, you did not ask. Besides you still needed to be here anyways. Tazuna let out a sigh, let's just go, Tsunami probably has dinner ready. Naruto's stomach grumbled in response. Meanwhile, Hinata. Shino. That is enough for today, Kakashi said as he saw that both his students have completed the tree climbing exercise. After getting down, the duo left the clearing they had trained in with their sensei. They soon met up with Naruto and Tazuna and the group made their way back to the house together. A few hours later, after a good meal courtesy of Tsunami, Kakashi and his team sat in the living room talking. They were the only ones up as Tazuna, Inari and Tsunami went to sleep earlier. "Okay, team, since we know that Zabuza will strike soon, we are changing the guarding system. It will be 3 of us who will guard the bridge while the last one will protect Tsunami and Inari along with a few squads of Naruto's clones for backup. Tomorrow Naruto, Yoshino and I will guard the bridge. Hinata, you will stay at the house and protect Tazuna's family." "Hi Sensei!" Team 7 exclaimed. Shino decided this was the best time to bring up something he was curious about. "Kakashi-sensei? What did Zabuza mean by Naruto having 2 Kekkei Genkai?" He mentioned the Sharingan and judging by his lip movements he was trying to say Byakugan when Naruto slammed him. Was he lying? Naruto replied, "I will tell you both my life's story when this mission is finished. As my teammates, I think you deserve to know." After another hour passed when Kakashi looked at the time and said, "Well my students, it's time for bed, we have a long day ahead of us." Naruto, Shino and Hinata nodded and they made their way to the stairs. The sleep arrangements throughout the week had Shino and Naruto sharing a room with Inari, Kakashi shared with Tazuna and Hinata shared with Tsunami. Naruto walked up the stairs with Hinata following close behind. Before Naruto entered Inari's room he hugged Hinata. "Good night Hinata-chan, I love you." Hinata returned the hug and said softly, "Good night Naruto-kun, I love you too." She then kissed him lightly on the cheek, to which Naruto responded by kiss her on the forehead. After that both entered their rooms. Naruto went through hand seals and touched each weight earth style, light and boulder jutsu, he said. He removed each weight and set them on the dresser. Naruto then laid down on the futon Tsunami had laid out for him earlier in the day and went to sleep. The next day, Team 7 woke up early and got ready for the day. Naruto made several Shadows clones that hedged into objects you would commonly find in any house. He also made sure to retrieve his weights and reactivated them. After that Naruto, Shino, Kakashi and Tazuna made their way towards the bridge. Once they reached the bridge, they saw Zabuza and a masked youth standing next to him. Oddly there was no mist. Shino guarded Tazuna. "Hi sensei," was Shino's response. "I will take the mask wearer," Naruto said evenly. "And that leaves you and me Zabuza." Zabuza held up his free hand and said, "I am not here to fight you or your team Kakashi." Kakashi looked surprised but did not let his guard down. "You aren't. May I ask why the change of heart?" "We were betrayed, by Gato. It's him I want to kill now, him and all his little thugs." Meanwhile, Hinata was sitting in lotus position in the living room, while Inari was up in his room and Tsunami was sitting with her. She activated her Byakugan every so often to sweep the area checking for threats. It did not take long for her to detect movement as on her third scan she picked up 2 unknown chakras barely above civilian level moving at a good pace. She continued to keep an eye on them over the next several minutes as they tried to hide their approach, rather badly in Hinata's opinion. She mentally scoffed. Someone must have told them there was a Hyuga on the team. A lot of good that did them. Hinata thought in amusement. She could easily tell where their potential entry point would be and what house they were about to hit. Since she knew the front of the house was guarded by Naruto's clones, she knew the front of the house was safe. She got up and started to head to the kitchen. Tsunami, seeing the Kunoichi eyes turn serious, began to worry. "Is there something wrong?" Hinata, her Byakugan still active. "We are about to have some unwelcome guests," Hinata said simply as she walked out of the room. Tsunami, slightly afraid, followed Hinata into the kitchen. Just then the kitchen door was kicked open with a bang, which startled Tsunami as she took a step back. "What do we have here?" Zori laughed. "I think it's our luck day," Waraji said with a grin. Footsteps could be heard coming from upstairs. A few moments later Inari came through the kitchen door. "Mom, what's happening?" He immediately came to a stop in fear as he saw 2 of Gato's men. "Stay back Inari," Tsunami said as she rushed to her son and put him behind her. Waraji's face became grim. "Okay, you," pointing at Tsunami, "and you girl," he pointed at Hinata, "are coming with us. If you don't come quietly of die, we will force you to watch as that boy over there dies, slowly." Tsunami was about response, when Hinata's voice cut her off. "Or you can walk away and keep your pathetic lives." "Hinata-chan, don't." Tsunami stopped as she looked into Hinata's eyes, eyes that told her that the Kunoichi had everything under control. Inari was about to say the same, when his mother said, "Don't worry Inari, everything is going to be okay." Both Zori and Waraji laughed. "And what is a little girl like you going to do to us?" Zori replied. Hinata said nothing as she dropped a Juken stance. This pissed off both thugs as they charged ready to strike with their swords. It was over in few seconds as Hinata appeared in front of them and struck both of them in heart with chakra-infused palm strikes. Both thugs threw up blood and collapsed. They were dead before they even hit the floor. Inari, inspired by Hinata's bravery for the first time in a long time, felt courage return to him. I want to fight too, I want to help. Hinata studied Inari for a while with her Byakugan eyes. As she looked at him, she saw fire burning deep in Inari's eyes. She could also see the desire he had to defend his home. Coming to a decision, she took out kunai and gave it to the boy. Inari, take this kunai, use it only to defend those precious to you, including yourself. Do not kill in cold blood. If I find out you did, I will be displeased. Meanwhile, Dazuna looked surprised and very thankful. The youth chose this time to speak and said, I was the one who found out, since I did not trust Gato, so I spied on him. Naruto sat down and crossed his legs and out and put his hands together in an unusual pattern while closing his eyes. So should we go kill the arrogant prick before he becomes more troublesome? Naruto asked. You have a plan, Naruto? Kakashi asked rhetorically, as he already knew the answer. You know me too well, uncle. He replied. Hinata showed up at that moment without Inari or Tsunami. I assume you used a shadow clone to guard the house, Hinata? Naruto said. Yes. And why do you always call me by my name instead of a nickname? Simple. Because I love your name and I love to say it. Now here is my plan, Naruto said, still sitting with his eyes closed and his hands unchanged. That night, there were 6 figures standing in the dark. 4 appeared to be children while the other 2 appeared to be adults. They were getting ready to storm what looked like a fortress. You guys ready? Yes, Naruto. His team and Haku replied, while Kakashi and Zabuza silently watched. Okay. Hinata, use your Byakugan to locate Gato and check for any guards around and inside the fortress. Yes, Naruto. She activated her Kekkei Genkai and then reported. I see Gato in the middle of the fortress on the top floor in a large bedroom. There are guards located at 10-meter intervals all around the wall. The wall is 300 meters long on each of its 8 sides. There is also over 120 guards inside. I also a window that will lead is on the floor he is on. Shino, use your bugs as a signal jammer. We need to block of their comm channels. Yes, Naruto, Shino said as he sent his special bugs into cripple communication. Haku, Hinata, I want the 2 of you to take out the guards on the walls. Once you have started, I will go inside and take care of the remaining guards and kill Gato. Shino, support them with your bugs from a distance. Roger. Haku and Hinata said, while Shino just nodded. Kakashi-sensei, Zabuza, take out the remaining guards that I miss and rig the buildings that are unneeded to explode. Both men nodded. After gaining an affirmative, Naruto split off from the group and waited for the signal. He was hidden in the shadows near the fortress with his Byakugan inactive so he would see his cue to act. It wasn't long before he caught the sight of the battle going on along the wall. Needless to say, Gato's hired muscle were being decimated. So he proceeded to walk up the wall and entered the fortress. On the floor he saw that Gato was on using the window. Once inside, he easily and silently dispatched the 20 or so guards that were on the floor, and soon after that Naruto made it to Gato's room. Naruto lifted his hand and a blue spiraling sphere formed in his hand. Rasengan, Naruto exclaimed as he slammed the chakra sphere into the door, making it explode inwards. Gato immediately sprang up into a sitting position. Who the Irk? Gato couldn't finish as Naruto appeared in front of him and surgically slit the man's throat. In the end, Gato, multimillionaire and tyrant, died choking on his own blood. Naruto stepped outside of Gato's room. As he walked, Hinata suddenly water sunshined next to him, followed by Haku and Shino with their own variations of sunshine. The roof is clear. Hinata answered the unspoken question. Let's meet up with Kakashi-sensei and Zabuza. Hinata, where are they? Hinata activated her Byakugan and looked. They're on the first floor. Hinata replied. Naruto nodded. Okay, let's go, he said as he sunshined away. The rest of the group quickly followed suit. On the first floor in the lounge room, Kakashi and Zabuza were sitting on the couch with 6 cups of tea they just made, along with tea biscuits. This is going to be interesting, Zabuza. Suddenly the 3 Jinan and Haku sunshined in front of the 2 Jonin. Uncle Kakashi, what is your status? The fortress is clear, so are the other buildings. We've placed about 150 paper bombs on the building that can be leveled. They are all high-grade explosives, so we did not need to place many for each building. Not only that, but it will be quite the show. By the way, I made tea, would you like some? Naruto and Hinata sat on the couch while Haku and Shino sat in 2 chairs that were nearby. Each took their cup and a few biscuits. Do it, uncle. Roger. Kakashi made a sign. Several loud explosions then went off. They were loud enough to wake up the citizens of Wave. While those that left their houses to check out what happened did not see the blasts, they all knew something big just went down. They all returned to their homes to await the news that would undoubtedly come in the morning. With Zabuza and Haku both deciding to stay at the fortress, Naruto and the rest of Team 7 soon arrived at Tazuna's house and were rushed into the house by Tsunami. They all went to their rooms and went to sleep. The next morning, Naruto and the others were standing in front of the entire village addressing last night's explosions. Tazuna was speaking of how the group under the lead of the heroic Kakashi had rid the world of Gato. Kakashi stopped him there. Fair people, although most of this story is true, I must address something that Tazuna was mistaken on. I was not the leader, but instead it was my nephew Naruto here. Naruto stepped forward slightly and everyone erupted in praise. He stepped back and hid behind Hinata, scared of what might happen. She grabbed him and pulled him out beside her and told him to quit being a baby because no one here was out to hurt him. He stood there and gave a slightly shaky bow. He then proceeded to stand straight and protest the praise, but before he could, Tazuna interrupted him. You know, I have been stuck on trying to find a name for the new bridge, but now I need not look any further. I think we can all agree to call it the Great Naruto Bridge. Are there any objections? Naruto raised his hand and Tazuna sighed and addressed the young boy. What is your objection, Naruto? I wasn't the only key role during all of our time here. I would like to suggest the Naruto Hinata, Spiraling Sunshine, Bridge. I was the leader during the raid to eliminate Gato, and Hinata did me a favor by restoring Inari courage and rallied the village to fight Gato. So I believe I'm not the only one deserving. Once again the crowd roared in approval and Hinata slightly blushed at this action. Tazuna decided it was a good idea, so he declared that as the new name for the bridge. Everyone celebrated the liberation of the Land of Waves with a festival. Everyone was there enjoying themselves. After about 5 hours, everyone started going home. There was still work to be done on the bridge. 1 week later, farewell heroes. Shouts were heard all around the bridge. Naruto and the rest of his group was leaving to return home. Zabuza and Haku had already left for Water Country to rejoin the rebellion. After some short and quick goodbyes, Team 7 was on its way home. 3 days later, after 3 uneventful days, Team 7 was finally back in the Leaf Village. Naruto and Hinata took off for a walk and Kakashi went to the Hokage to give a mission report. Shino just started walking home after being ditched. Chapter 5, Secrets Revealed. Okay. Sorry guys. I was told to wait for this meeting until after we completed Mission 8. So now that we have, I can come clean. You should probably sit down. You are going to be here a while. The two sat down and waited for the start. Right. I guess I should start with the day of my birth. I was born 12 years ago on October 10th. Do you know what is significant about that date? The two shook their heads no. That was the day of the Nine-Tails attack, the beginning of a monster's life. That day, however, the Nine-Tails who is known as Kurama was not killed. Instead, it was sealed in a newborn baby child. Was someone else born that day, Naruto? Hinata asked. No. I was the only person born that day. My father was. Naruto lowered his head and tears slowly dripped from his eyes. My father was the 4th Hokage. He sealed the fox spirit inside me. That was the beginning of my life. But that isn't even the worst of it. At this point his eyes became dull in color. Hinata was worried but decided that she should let him continue. I lived in a foster home until my 3rd birthday. On that day, I was woken up by every kid in the home beating me with fists and boards. The adults who ran the place thought it was my fault, so they kicked me out to live on the streets. I was on the way to see the Hokage when other kids started throwing bottles, produce, and other things at me as I walked. When I reached the Hokage's office, he saw me and gave me a room at the ninja complex. A year later when I was walking through town, a rather small group of village kids took me into an alley. 2 of them held me to the wall while the other 2 started to kick me as much as they physically could. They even spat on me. They all ended up being scolded by the Hokage, but that was it. I had stuff similar happen to me often, but I told you the ones I thought were important. The only other important one happened when I turned 5. I had once again found myself being beaten. That was when it activated. What are you talking about, Naruto? My double Kekkei Genkai. I call it the Byakugan. When activated, I have my own blue eyes minus the pupil and 3 tomoe circling around the inexistent pupil. In essence, I have the Byakugan and Sharingan fused into one Kekkei Genkai in each eye. That's when they found me. Uncle Kakashi, Aunt Guranai, Aunt Anko, Uncle Guy, Uncle Asuma, and Uncle Aviki took me in. They all adopted me and took care of me. They trained me, and on the day when I turned 6, the head commander of the ANBU watched me train and decided to draft me into the ANBU Black Ops. I went through so many things in the ANBU. I became desensitized to my own death. The week of the day I took the graduation test was the week I resigned. I wanted to have teammates my age. Sorry I couldn't explain before, Hinata. I didn't want to, but I had to lie about why I was gone long periods of time. The only reason Lord Third authorized me to tell you guys this was because we both felt it better I tell you than we go on a mission and you guys find out that way. I'm sorry. Promise you'll keep it a second. Hinata stopped him with a hug. I wish I had known how horrible your life was. But you know you can still go to me, Shino, your aunts, and your uncles. And also your brother Haku. We can comfort any pain you have. Naruto starts to tear up and hugs back. Thank you, Hinata. That means a lot. Hey, do you guys want to meet my family? Shino and Hinata pondered for a minute. Hinata replied first after breaking the hug. Yes, Naruto. I would love to. Shino just shook his head. Yes, I'll be right back. Naruto disappeared in a puff of smoke. Suddenly, all of his family appeared one by one in puffs of smoke. Finally, Naruto returned. Here they are. So, this is the Hinata I have heard so much about? She is even more beautiful than your description, Naruto. Naruto blushed. Thank you, and Kurenai. Anko walked up to her. You seem harmless, but if you ever hurt him, I'll hunt you down. But don't be terrified of me. You take good care of him. Hinata breathed a sigh of relief. Thank you, Anko. Asuma walked up to Naruto. So did those blades I got for you come in handy? Yes, Uncle Asuma. Good. Have you thought about your names yet? Sort of, but not enough. I see. It can't really be rushed, so don't worry if it doesn't come right away. Right. Naruto turned to the rest. Now for the reason I brought you all here. I talked to the Hokage and he gave me approval, so I told these two my story. I told them everything and they, mostly Hinata, wanted to meet the people who saved me. I told them that if it hadn't been for you, then I would probably be dead or wishing it. Maybe the ANBU was wrong for you, Kurenai said. What do you mean? Well, it seems as though you can't show emotion when you need to and it might mess you up, she said with a worried look. I'm fine. Don't worry. I haven't fully left the ANBU yet. But it will come. Naruto? Yes, Uncle Kakashi? We must all leave now, but I want you guys to meet me tomorrow at noon at the bridge. I have something for you. Okay. I hope I can train more with you guys soon. Bye, sweetie, Kurenai said. All of the Jonin disappeared in a puff of smoke. Do you want to go for a walk, Hinata? Yes, Naruto. We'll see you tomorrow, Shino. Bye guys. Shino finally spoke. He left and Naruto locked the door. He and Hinata took off on their walk. You better have a damn good reason for calling a team meeting today, Uncle Kakashi. I was planning on spending my and Hinata's 5-year anniversary by spending the entire day with her alone. Sorry Naruto. I know you are enjoying the ability to spend free time with Hinata since it used to be almost impossible being on the assassination squad of the ANBU. That being said, I think you'll enjoy this. The Leaf Village is hosting the Chunin exams this year. I decided to add you guys in. Naruto has definitely made a great influence on you. I hope to be your leader of you as Chunin. Yes, Kakashi-sensei. The three responded. Very well. Here are the forms. Hand them to me tomorrow. That is all. Dismissed. I love that guy to death, but sometimes Uncle Kakashi can be a pain in the ass. It's fine, Naruto. Do you want to start our anniversary now? Yes. We will see you later, Shino. Bye. Bye, Shino. Shino waved the two goodbye and left. Hinata and Naruto started walking. Naruto? Could you maybe put down your hood and lower your mask? I don't like you having to hide yourself. I'm sure the village is over it by now. Very well. But only because you asked. Naruto did as he was asked and waited for the inevitable. See, I told why. Hinata was stopped. There is the kid. Let's get him. Hinata. Run. Now. Get out. Boo. No buts. Get out before they hurt you. Hinata took off with tears in her eyes. How long has it been since you've seen my face? I haven't been beaten in years. Suddenly the villagers surrounded him and started throwing stuff at him, punching him, and kicking him. Some even stabbed him. It was a full-blown riot aimed right at Naruto. Meanwhile, Kakashi-sensei, you must help Naruto. He is in trouble. What happened, Hinata? I had him take his mask and hood off and suddenly the villagers rioted. He forced me to get out before I got hurt. I knew I needed to come to you. I'll be right back. Kakashi disappeared and moments later reappeared with the rest of Naruto's family. Lead the way, Hinata. Meanwhile, come on, you demon bastard. Why won't you fight back? Where are the powers you attacked the village with 12 years ago? This is for my family. A barely conscious Naruto took a kick to the chin. He was now out cold. Now that he is knocked out, we can beat him down easier. Give him everything you have, guys. Naruto started taking barrages of pipe hits, kicks, punches, and stabbings. This brat is going to kill me. But he made me promise not to heal him. Damn it. That fucking idiot. Come on, Mo. The man was cut off by the appearance of 6 Jonin and a Genin. How is he, Anko? Barely alive. We need to get him to a hospital immediately. Alright. Let's go. The 7 plus Naruto disappeared. Meanwhile, how are you today, Dr. Kubiziku? Fine, thanks for. The doctor was cut off by the appearance of 7 ninja and a boy. What the hell is going on? Naruto was attacked by the villagers again. This is the 500th time they've put him in here. This village disgusts me. FFFF5HH100? BBB but WY? Hinata asked, because unlike Naruto, these bastardly villagers have no honor. Anko replied angrily. Kurenai-sensei? Are you okay? Hinata asked. She does this every time Naruto is attacked. She just needs some time. Kakashi replied with a little anger in his voice. Hinata broke into tears and fell to the floor. Why? Why must those bastards treat him like this? He has almost died hundreds of times on missions trying his damn best to protect this god-forsaken village. And what does he get in return? He gets to come home and be beaten within a millimeter of death by the people he would die to protect over something that isn't his fault. He may act like you're the only ones he is trying to protect, but I know better. I've heard him swear to make sure not a single one of those villagers dies. His only concern is the village welfare. He could care less about himself. If I were allowed, I'd kill every villager that put him through pain. They are worthless. They don't deserve Naruto's protection. At this point she stopped talking and started bawling. After about 5 minutes of being comforted by Naruto's family, she got up. I'm going to stay with Naruto until he awakens. My boyfriend needs me by his side. Thank you for your help. I hope to see you visit. She turned and dragged her feet to Naruto's hospital room. She opened the room to a horrifying scene. Naruto was screaming and clawing the wall. He seemed to be in a nightmare. Get me out of this jail cell and give me back Hinata. Now. He started crying. What kind of nightmare does this to a person? She whispered. She ran over to Naruto and woke him up. He suddenly screamed from the pain of being beaten nearly half an hour ago. It's all right. I'm here, sweetie. I'm going to be here until you are better. I'm going to put you in your bed. It will hurt, but you'll be more comfortable. She picked him up and he started screaming. She laid him down and used her voice to soothe him. I'm sorry, Hina. He stopped as he passed out from the pain. Hinata laid beside him in bed and started to think. Suddenly Ino walks in with flowers. I'm sorry about what happened, Hinata. If there is anything I can do, let me know. Thank you, Ino. I actually need your help. I need to know what Naruto is hiding from me about these attacks. I was wondering if you had a jutsu that you could use to send my mind into Naruto's. I want to explore his memories. Suddenly a man walks in that look vaguely like Ino. I don't think she can. But I can. Who are you, sir? My name is Inoiki Yamanaka. I am Ino's father. If you need to mind transfer to someone quickly, I can help. You can exit just like releasing a genjutsu. Ino and I will guard you. Are you ready? Yes, Mr. Yamanaka. Please, call me Inoiki. Sorry, Inoiki. Alright, now turn around and focus on Naruto. Right. Hinata turns and does as she is told. Inoiki weaves 5 hand signs and taps Hinata on the shoulder. Her body goes limp and the 2 visitors lay her on the bed and sit down in chairs awaiting her return. Meanwhile, tilde drip tilde, tilde drip tilde, tilde drip tilde. A figure wakes up in a sewer-like hallway filled with doors. She opens the first door and looks in. What she sees makes her fall to her knees. In the memory Hinata watches, a 3-year-old boy is sleeping in his bed when smoke starts coming in through the door. A small group of people had kicked in the boy's apartment door and thrown burning torches into his home before taking off. The boy starts coughing until he wakes up and falls to the floor. The door becomes engulfed in flames and when he goes to use the window, he finds someone blocked his exit. The boy, now coughing severely, falls to the floor and passes out from suffocation. The fire spreads through the room and his clothes become engulfed. Within a minute the flames are put out by a mysterious ANBU with silver hair. The boy's skin has been blackened and his heart is hardly beating. The ANBU uses a transportation jutsu to get the boy to a hospital. 10 minutes later, the boy's heart stops on the operating table. Suddenly ANBU medics start pumping chakra into the boy to restart his heart. Suddenly his pulse goes back online. The medics begin reversing the burns all over his body. They discover the boy has incredible healing prowess as he is healed before anyone would have ever thought. He woke up a week and a half later not knowing what happened. The only people to visit were his future family. End memory. Hinata finally stops crying and starts to get up. Child, before you ask, these are my memories. I see everything that affects my vessel. I have no problem with you in here as long as you stay in this hall. Everything in this hall is Naruto related. Who are you? Hinata asked timidly. I am Kurama, the 9-tailed fox. Naruto has told me great things about you, of course I saw it all. Judging by the fact that you're not running, I believe you trust me. Farewell for now. Hinata started walking down the hall, Visiting each door in the hall about 25 doors down, she found a memory on the level of the one she first encountered. In the memory Hinata watches. It was stormy out. Everyone was gathered around a high, thick metal pole. There were sounds of a 3-year-old shouting and crying. Everyone suddenly left, and tied to the pole with super dense metal rope was the blonde-haired boy that was in all the previous memories. There was a note carved into the pole. To whom it may concern, we the villagers of the Leaf Village have issued the execution of the demon bastard that was the cause of the destruction of our village 3 years ago. He will be executed by lightning, as he is continuously zapped by this enormous lightning rod. We are glad to rid the world of this monster before he causes future problems. Tears could be clearly seen coming from the boy's eyes. Suddenly his body starts to convulse violently before going limp. Before the next bolt can strike, a green flash grabs the boy and takes him to the hospital. Though it was just as bad as the fire 2 months ago, he was easier to heal. However, it took an extra week for him to come out of the coma, once again not remembering a thing. End memory. Hinata was finding it hard to cry because she had dried up her tear ducts. After going through roughly 300 total doors and 1 million tears, she finally came upon the final door. The door, unlike the other doors, was labeled. It said "Latest Nightmare." Hinata opened the door and hit the floor. In the memory Hinata watches, there is a room with a jail cell and hay on the ground about 4 inches thick. A civilian guard walks a blonde boy about 12 or 13 years old into the cell. He starts yelling. They drag his girlfriend down and tell him he'll never have a chance to taint her with his demon hands again, as they make her witness him being executed. They pour gasoline around the front of the gate in a large quantity before lighting up the whole room. They go up the stairs dragging the girl, who is bawling out, and taking her to her father. The boy is in the fire screaming for what seems like hours before falling to the ground silent, never to get back up or speak ever again. End memory. Hinata, having finished the task, releases the jutsu and returns to her body. She grabs Naruto, holding him tightly, and starts crying. She whispers to him, I'll never let USSS suffer again. That is a PP promise. Inoiki stands up and begins to speak. So Hinata, what did you see that has you so shaken up like this? She replies, I can't tell you, nor would why you want to know. Can I have some alone time with Naruto? As you wish. Let's go, Ino. Fine, Dad. They take off out the door, locking it behind them to ensure the privacy the couple needs. Don't worry, Naruto. I don't see how anyone can see you as a demon. She holds him tighter and falls asleep. 1 week later. Let's go, Hinata and Shino. We are almost there. Naruto was interrupted by the scream of a familiar child. He disappeared around the corner of the fence and appeared before two Sanjinan. Put the kid down. Now. And why in the fuck should I listen to you, wimp? The black-clad boy asked, because if you don't, you'll find out why I was known as the White Death of the Hidden Leaf Village. Now do it. Whatever. He was boring anyway. He put Konohamaru down and turned to his blonde sister. You mean you suck now? No. I mean the ANBU assassination squad bored me, so I decided to become a Jonin and eventually become a Jonin. Bullshit. You are too young to have been in the ANBU. Read this then and show it to your brother up there. He was actually quite easy to spot. You spotted me? The boy asked with complete shock. After regaining his composure, he stated, I will enjoy killing you. The first Sannin threw the identification card back to Naruto and the three left. Shit, we are running late. Let's go. Bye, Konohamaru. The three ninja took off towards their destination. Meanwhile, I'll defeat all these losers. Shut it, Sasuke. No one wants to hear it, Kiba yelled. He whined when Sakura slammed him on the head. Don't talk to Sasuke like that. Sorry. Suddenly the door opened and Naruto's team walked in. You humiliated me in front of the class. You had to have. He was cut off as he felt a kunai against his throat. Shut up. Naruto removed the kunai and walked away to his team. Hello. I assume this all of your first times? Who are you? My name is Kabuto. I have info on every ninja in this room. Just give me a name or point them out and I'll give you the info. Sasuke shouted, Naruto Uzumaki. I want to know who in the hell this kid is. Just as Kabuto took out the card and was about to read it, he felt a kunai pressed to his neck. Give out any info on that card and you die. Relax, Naruto. Don't call me that. You haven't the right. Sorry, Mr. Uzumaki, but this information is free to the public. Give away one detail that is secret and I'll gut you. Naruto removed his kunai and went back to his team. Very well. Naruto Uzumaki. Age, 12. Rank, Jonin. Taijutsu skill level, Jonin. Ninjutsu skill level, Jonin. Genjutsu skill level, Chunin. Chakra control level, Kage. Chakra reserve level, Kage. Special skills, B. The killer intent in the room stopped Kabuto in his tracks. I would not speak another word of my info if you want to continue living. Very well. Anyone else? Hinata grabbed Naruto and looked at him. You don't have to be such a dick to these guys. Sorry. I just can't stand Sasuke and I can't let my info be released, damn it. He said it. Stay there. Naruto stepped forward slightly and blew a whistle that no one could hear except Kakashi. He appeared in the room near Kabuto. Don't believe a word this man just spoke. I assure you it's a lie. He vanished and people started talking about this mysterious Shinon, Sakura, Kiba. I can't believe that bastard was an ANBU. I know the Kekkei Genkai is false. But the ANBU thing must be true considering how he kicked my ass. I agree, but we can kick his ass during the exams. Kiba replied to Sasuke. Suddenly a loud bang sounded and a huge cloud of smoke appeared at the front of the room. Naruto appeared beside the man who appeared. Hey Uncle Ibiki. You know your tactics won't work on my team, right? I would expect no less from my favorite ninja. You remember the letter I gave you? Yeah. I am ready and so is my team. We get an easy off for the first exam. Alright brats. Take your seats. Now. Within 5 seconds, everyone was seated and Naruto's team was scattered throughout the room. Alright. The rules are you have 1 hour to complete 10 questions. At the end of the hour, you'll be presented with the 10th. Get caught cheating and you and your entire team fail. Begin. Everyone started taking the test and eventually the best caught on and used impressive ways to cheat without getting caught. At the end of the hour, Ibiki stood up. Alright. Before I give you the 10th question, I want to know who doesn't want to take it. People started leaving with their teams until there were significantly less teams. That's new. 26 teams passed. Congrats on passing part 1 of the Chunin exams. And for those of you that realized it, I called in a favor from Naruto to get him and his team to know the answers for the test so you guys would have people to cheat off of. I gave him a paper since he knew the answers and he taught his team. Suddenly a purple-haired woman crashed through the window. She threw up a banner. Follow me to part 2. Suddenly everyone followed her out the window. Ibiki sat and pondered. She is always so early. Oh well. Ibiki got up and started picking up tests. Welcome maggots to the forest of death. The purple-haired woman yelled. You have all signed your consent form, so listen up. Each team will be fighting against every other team for one of these. She held out a blue scroll with the kanji for earth inscribed on it and a white scroll with the kanji for heaven on it. Each team will begin with either a heaven or an earth scroll. Teams with the heaven scroll will be fighting to receive an earth scroll and vice versa. There are 26 teams, so that means only 13 teams can pass. You will be traveling through the forest until you reach the center of the forest in which a large tower is located. Don't open your scrolls until you get inside. Every team member must make it to the tower or your team is disqualified. If you don't make it to the tower at the end of 5 days, you fail. Am I understood? A voice sounded after everyone's reply. Hey Antonko. I see you haven't changed since our last practice. Still going harsh on all these Jinan. Naruto. Good to see you, kiddo. I heard about your last mission. You did awesome. Not that I doubted you. She walked up and gave him a hug. When she reached the front she drew a kunai and threw it so fast no one could see it. Naruto had already kicked it, redirecting it a few feet from a grass ninja. She brought the kunai back to Anko. Thank you grass ninja, but if you wish to keep your life, return to where you were? The grass ninja turned and walked away. I see your reflexes are better than ever, Naruto. Just so you maggots can't say I didn't warn you. If you know what is good for you you'll avoid his team. You'll thank me later. A certain Uchiha screamed out in frustration. And how would you know? What makes this bastard so special? I'm not special. I hate how people make a fuss over me. If you want all those fangirls, you can keep them, Uchiha. He replied. Anko ignored him. Anyway, avoid Naruto or suffer. Now go get your scrolls and line up at your gate. Everyone proceeded to go to the tent to retrieve their scrolls and then they lined up at their gate. They waited for the sound. Suddenly a gun went off and the gates burst open. Every team ran into the forest ready to kill if need be. Meanwhile, Hinata, I need you to activate your Byakugan to scan for nearby teams. When you find a team, I need you to look for an earth scroll. Shino, I need you to send your bugs out to create a tripwire. If a team crosses the boundary, your bugs will relay the info to us so we can ambush. Do you understand? Yes Naruto. Both answered. Good. We should make it to the tower by day 3. That will be a new record. Meanwhile, Kiba, Sakura. Do what you can to track Naruto. I must find him and eliminate him. I saw him put a heaven scroll into his pouch. I spied from afar and was able to sneak a peek. We must find him, Sasuke stated with malice. I say let's go for it. He can't be that strong, Kiba stated, His pride on the line. You guys are idiots. But unfortunately it is our first chance at a scroll, so let's go. Sakura replied. Team 10 took off looking for their prey. Meanwhile, good job guys. Let's rest for tonight. I'll put up a genjutsu to hide our base. Naruto started putting up a genjutsu while Hinata and Shino set up the camp. A short time later, Naruto set up a shadow clone with a large enough amount of chakra to hold the genjutsu until tomorrow morning. Hinata, I will be first lookout. Shino, you are lucky enough. You can sleep as needed. Just have your bugs take up the perimeter to let us know when there is a breach in security. He waited for a response before Shino announced first, I agree. I'll get right on it. He walked away. Hinata on the other hand did not agree. I believe I should take first watch, Naruto. You need to rest. You are a team leader for the exams and you must be able to think clearly. You need some sleep. Alright, Hin. He was cut off as his body went stiff. Damn you. Get out here Shikamaru. You lazy Naru bastard. I can defeat you. You wish. You were the dead last of the class. You know damn well that was by my choice. I already have you where I want you. Naruto used his willpower to reach down and grab a kunai, and as he did so, Shikamaru did the same. What in the hell are you doing? Naruto took the kunai and stabbed his right shoulder. Both started bleeding. Naruto started wiggling his kunai in a sadistic manner. Suddenly the jutsu was dropped and Shikamaru fell unconscious. Naruto pulled out the kunai. You can come out now. I defeated Shikamaru. Your formation is useless. Ino Yamanaka and Choji Akimichi. I won't harm you. And since my team has both scrolls, I know you have no reason to attack us. In fact, after I patch up Shikamaru here, I think we could travel together. It would benefit both parties. What do you say? Ino walked out. Fine by me. Choji, as always, had to ask, where is the food? In the morning. So that's my plan. I must hand it to you, Naruto. Even I would not think up that lazy a plan. I'm impressed. You have better strategic skills than even my father. I think we should definitely use a day to build up chakra. This preliminary thing you talked about definitely sounds like such a drag. These exams are more troublesome than women. And since we are working together, we will help you get your second scroll. Your fellow Leaf Shinobi. Hinata rushed. I agree. But on one condition. What is it, Naruto? I'm official team leader. Not a problem with me. I find leading to be such a drag. We're fine with it. Okay. We will call ourselves Cobra. Why that particular name? Because we will strike fast and hard. Suddenly there came a scream. Naruto recognized it and stood up. About time the bastard showed up. I've been aching for a rematch for the past 6 years. I'll be the one to kill him once and for all. Grab my hands and arms. I'm going to teleport us using a special technique. The other ninja grabbed his arms and hands. Now once we arrive, do not come out. Even if I die. If it comes to the point that I am dead, you run as far away as possible and get my Aunt Anko. At least the village will be happy with that scenario. Ready. Flying Raijin. The 6 ninja vanished into thin air. Meanwhile, damn it Sasuke. Move. You have to move. Sasuke and his team were under attack by a grass ninja. She had the whole team frozen in fear except for Kiba, who was under a genjutsu and out cold. Sasuke finally stabbed himself in the leg and grabbed Sakura, then moved for cover in a tree. Crafty bastard. Use pain to override fear. Clever. She was halted in her thoughts. Hey Orochimaru. Why don't you show your true face and give me that battle you deprived me of so long ago? Naruto stated from seemingly all around. Ah. You're the one that is the strongest ninja in the village. Interesting, Orochimaru stated, clearly excited. Sasuke ran out and started yelling. You idiot. This guy is stronger than you. Shut your mouth for once, Uchiha. Just because your arrogance brings you to believe you're stronger than everyone else doesn't mean you are. In reality all you are is a little coward that can't face death in the eyes. If I die, I could care less. At least I know the village would be happy. They would party for days. I can't blame them because I'm a monster. At least I would be doing the village a favor. If I win, I'm still hated but the village is made safer. So either way is a win-win. So shut your whiny face and watch the battle for once, you bastard. Who are you to tell me what to do? You are insignificant. I don't have time for this. Save it for the finals. That is, if your crybaby ass makes it. Naruto turned his gaze to Orochimaru. And you? For one of the 3 legendary Sannin, you sure ran away like a coward 6 years ago. I can't wait to claim both you and Sasuke. I will become the ultimate Shino. He was cut off as he was sucker punched in the face. Shut up and fight. The two started trading punches and kicks but neither was able to land a blow. They jumped back and Naruto activated his Byakugan. I can't believe you, of all people, are forcing me to use this. I finally get to see the ultimate Kekkei Genkai. Naruto? A bastard like you can't have a Kekkei Genkai. What is he talking about? You mean this kid hasn't told you yet? I suppose that old fool Sarutobi kept it a secret like he always does with this sort of thing. Naruto is the only person to perfect the Byakugan. He can use the Byakugan and Sharingan in both eyes at the same time. He has Hyuga, Uchiha, and Uzumaki blood in him. And since the Uzumaki clan are descendants of the Senju, he'll be the only person to achieve the ultimate dojutsu. And then I'll claim his body as my own. Suddenly the killer intent in the area rose exponentially. Naruto was covered in red, boiling chakra that resembled the nine tails, except Naruto only sported two tails. Naruto's face also warped to be more fox-like. "You are going to die," Naruto said with an almost demonic voice. He threw his fist forward and the chakra shot out in the shape of a fist and hit Orochimaru, sending him into a tree. Naruto then appeared in front of him and punched him square in the face, hitting his nose first. He flew 1 kilometer away into the forest. When he came back, he spewed a sword at Naruto from his mouth. The sword pierced his stomach. "Naruto!" The other shinobi on his team cried out. Suddenly he grabbed the blade of the sword and started swinging Orochimaru around faster and faster until he took his fist and broke the sword. Orochimaru flew into a nearby tree and cracked a few vertebrae. "Is that all you have, you snake bastard? I'd love to spend more time here, but unfortunately I'm on a tight schedule. But I want to leave a present for you and Sasuke." Suddenly his neck started stretching and he bit Sasuke on the neck. 3 tomoe similar to the Sharingan appeared on the back of his left shoulder. He doubled over in pain and passed out. Orochimaru then used a 5-pronged seal and slammed Naruto in his gut. He released the last of the Nine Tails chakra and suddenly his vision went blurry. After a few seconds his vision faded to black, but Orochimaru was already gone. Hinata appeared to catch him before he hit the ground from a 50-foot drop. She laid him under a large tree trunk next to Sasuke and went over to discuss a game plan with Shino, Kiba, Sakura, Shikamaru, Ino, and Choji. "Okay. Naruto should be up in a couple minutes. It's a side effect of his special abilities," Hinata informed the others. "That was an impressive display he put on. He even got us the scroll." "What do you mean?" "He sent me a clone with their scroll. Now Cobra has 2 complete scroll sets. His abilities can't be as powerful as Sasuke's Sharingan." "Sasuke is just so amazing," ranted Sakura. "You can have your stuck-up emo of a ninja boyfriend and I'll keep Naruto. Anyways, wait, why hasn't Naruto woken up yet? This is unusual for him." "Norm." She was alarmed by his movement. He started unconsciously digging at his stomach and in doing so ripped his shirt and began digging into his gut, drawing blood while screaming. Hinata ran over to him and held him close to her. She pulled his arms away from his gut after he stopped digging. A tear rolled down her cheek. Naruto's shaky hand reached up and wiped the tear from her face and whispered, "Don't cry, Hinata. I'm fine. I promise." His voice faded and he slipped back into the cold, dark, unforgiving reality that is unconsciousness. "Shino. Bring me my med kit, stat. I need to field dress his wound." Shino brought her the scroll and from it, Hinata summoned her large first aid kit. She took a rag and stopped the bleeding. Afterwards she used alcohol to disinfect the wound and she used the bandages to wrap his stomach. "Wow, Hinata. You sure were prepared," stated Sakura in awe. "Unlike your team, I refuse to let anything unnecessary happen to the person I love. I am prepared for every scenario I can conceive." "Why don't you just come out and say you hate Sasuke, you white-eyed freak?" "Took you long enough to realize. I do hate him. The way he acts and sulks about his past, he can't even compare to half of what Naruto has been through. In fact, he would have died long ago if he went through what Naruto did." "And what makes Naruto so great?" "You're not even worth telling. His life story is classified as need to know and you don't need to know, so stop trying." "Screw you. We'll go some." They were interrupted by a sound. Suddenly 3 Cloud Ninja emerged from the brush and attempted an attack. Hinata immediately subdued all 3 and had Shino use his bugs to transport them far away. "Maybe we should stick with you and the rest of Cobra until Sasuke gets better," Kiba remarked, feeling uneasy with all the tension. "Whatever. You take the first shift," Hinata ordered as she walked away and decided to lay beside Naruto after placing a blanket over him to keep him warm. The rest of Cobra, minus Shino, and Kiba went to get some shut-eye too. "Shino, why does she treat Naruto like she does? Why does she go after the useless boy?" "I'm afraid you'll need Naruto's permission before I can explain that. I am not at liberty to give away a secret like that. It is even under the protection of the 3rd Hokage's law. I'm sorry." "Why are you guys always so secretive about Naruto? Everything about him is a secret. Why? Just focus on the mission. Leave me to my duties," Sakura. I hate your entire team Shino. 2 days later. Shino, we have 3 intruders approaching at 12 o'clock. They are those sound Jinan. Shikamaru, what is your plan? Since Naruto is currently incapacitated, you are acting leader of Cobra. We stand our ground and defend Naruto at all costs. Oh, and Sasuke as well, I guess. What do you mean by that? Sakura ranted. I mean my team leader is more important than your stuck-up Uchiha. Arf. Akamaru is right guys. We don't have time for infighting at a time like this. Kiba suggested. Tilde boom tilde. Suddenly the sound Jinan appeared. Where is that Uzumaki bastard? I want to destroy him and prove to the Otokage that I'm stronger. As if we'll let you lay a hand on Cobra team leader. It's a drag, but I guess we are fighting these losers. Who are you calling losers? Well, I do know our team leader is probably the smartest, strongest, and fastest shinobi I've met. And you are nothing compared to him. He is smarter than my dad. The sound Jinan was interrupted by movement. Suddenly Naruto got up and started walking towards Hinata. He stumbled and she ran to help him up. Hinata, I need cover. That bastard used the 5-pronged sealing jutsu on me. I need 30 seconds to unseal it. Can you cover me? Of course, Naruto. Thanks guys. I'll end this in a few. Cobra started defending Naruto as he prepped the 5-pronged seal release. He slammed his hand into his gut and he fell back. He got back up and stood to his feet. He reached into his battle bag and grabbed a soldier pill. He chewed the pill and swallowed its contents. Although normally a soldier pill would overfill a shinobi's chakra reservoir, Naruto's chakra was only replenished by 1/8 of its normal capacity. Move aside, Cobra. Let me deal with these bastards. I put you guys through hell the last 2 days and I intend to make amends. I will talk to you later. Right now I need you to guard the prick. I will handle these bastards. Seemingly right on cue, all of Team Cobra plus Sakura and Kiba went to guard Sasuke. They awaited the results. So who challenges me first? It is 3 against 1. You can't possibly hope to beat us. The female said. Try me. The entire sound team charged after Naruto and were about to sink their kunai into him when suddenly each found themselves blocked by a separate Naruto. The original Naruto was fighting Zaku. So, I see your name is Zaku Ibumi. Well, how would you feel if Naruto sadistically took his free right arm and snapped Zaku's left arm at the elbow. As Zaku dropped in pain, he broke Zaku's other arm. There. Now you can't use your hack against me. What the hell are you talking about? Didn't anybody tell you that you don't use a real jutsu? Here's a real jutsu. Naruto formed a slightly above average sized Rasengan and slammed it into Dosu. The force sent Dosu into a tree unconscious, laying in a pile of his bandages. You, Kintsuchi. Take your friends Dosuke Nuta and Zaku Ibumi and leave or suffer the same fate. Being the most sensible person on her team, she grabbed both of her teammates and left. Cobra team, status report. Sasuke is finally up. Good. Let's ditch these guys and head for the tower. Right. Team Cobra left and headed for the tower. After about an hour of traversing through the wilderness, Naruto spoke up. Stop guys. Suddenly his entire team halted and they awaited instruction. Naruto flipped through a dozen hand seals and put up a genjutsu with a barrier. Alright. Now I'm going to talk about what I mentioned earlier. I want us to form an actual squad called Cobra. It will be us 6 and our sensei. Asuma and Kakashi are friends, so I know they'll work well together. It won't be hard for me to put it through to the Hokage. He has always trusted my strategy. What do you guys think? I think that for once it won't be a drag. It seems well thought out. And it's obvious everyone on the team offers something important. The only problem is size. If that is it, then don't worry. I can convince the Hokage. He has adopted me as grandson after all. So is teammate game? Yes, was the unanimous answer of the other Jinan. Good. Naruto dropped the genjutsu and finished. Let's get to the tower. Cobra headed off towards the center of the forest. A day later. We made it. Okay squad 2. You go and open your scrolls. We will take care of ours and we will meet up right before the preliminaries, Naruto stated. Preliminaries? What do you mean? Ino asked. You'll see tomorrow, Shikamaru said with sigh. Alright. See you tomorrow squad 1, Choji said. The 2 squads split and went their separate ways. Naruto's squad entered the building and immediately opened the scrolls simultaneously. Their sensei appeared and congratulated them on completing the exam. Afterwards Shino went to his dorm room and Naruto and Hinata went for a walk through the tower. So why do you always act like you would be better dead? Hinata asked. Because that is how the village feels and I respect the villagers. Naruto replied. How? How can you possibly respect them? All they do is treat you like dirt and try to kill you. No one should be put through that, Hinata said in a worried tone. I just remembered one of the reasons I fell in love with you Hinata, Naruto stated. "And why is that?" Hinata asked with a slight smile. "Because you always want to make me feel better and you are always there for me." He replied. "That is my job," she said smiling. "You should get some rest. You'll need it for tomorrow. I'm hitting the hay too." They both hugged each other and said their goodbyes, then went to their dorms. They were in for a day of hell tomorrow. "Alright, listen up. My name is Hayate Gecko. Now that you have all arrived, we have a total of 21 Jinan for the final phase. Unfortunately, this is too many for the third round, so instead we will be holding an elimination-based preliminary round. Teams no longer matter, and if you are defeated by your opponent, you are eliminated. This round will consist of combat. The match will be called when one or both opponents are incapable of continuing. If you feel as though you aren't in a condition for this, now is your chance." Suddenly Kabuto raised his hand and he withdrew from the competition. "Okay then. If no one else wants to withdraw, then we will start the preliminaries. Be on your best behavior as Lord Third Hokage is watching. If you will look up at the board behind me, this is where the matchups will appear. Each match will be randomized by the system and the names will be displayed on the screen. Let us begin." Suddenly the board started flipping through letters until it landed on the first two names. "Would Sasuke Uchiha and Yoroi Akato please stay? Everyone else please move up into the balcony." The Jinan moved up to stand with their sensei and then turned to watch the match begin. Hayate jumped out of the way and Yoroi took the preemptive strike. "Surrender, Uchiha. You cannot defeat me because I am able to absorb chakra." Yoroi had his hand on Sasuke's forehead and he started absorbing Sasuke's chakra. Sasuke froze for a second before he slammed Yoroi's hand away and backed away. He activated his Sharingan, but suddenly he felt excruciating pain as the curse mark he received from Orochimaru enveloped his body. He had black scales all over and was enveloped in dark chakra. Suddenly the Hokage signaled for Kakashi to come over and he left his students. Sasuke regained control and forced back the cursed seal. "How dare you talk to an Uchiha like that? Now let me show you what true power is." Sasuke ran at the man and started berating him with kicks. His face was rotating. Left, right, right. Suddenly Sasuke without any warning copied Lee and kicked Yoroi in his chin, sending him up high into the air. While still copying Lee, he flew below Yoroi. "Dancing leaf shadow is something I borrowed from a friend. But everything from here on out is original." He appeared above Yoroi and slammed him in his gut with his foot, sending him barreling down towards the ground. Lion's barrage. Yoroi slammed the ground and was unconscious immediately. He failed to move. Sasuke Uchiha is the winner. Everyone except for Cobra was cheering and ecstatic. "Alright. Time for the next match." Letters once again flipped on the screen until two more names appeared. "Would Zaku Ibumi and Shino Aburame please step forward?" As the two walked down to the battle arena, they noticed two medical ninja escorting Yoroi away. "Begin. I would advise you to quit now. You remember what happened the last time you quarreled with the members of Cobra? And on top of that, you are impaired because of your broken arms." "Why? I can move my arms." Zaku removed his arms from their respective slings. "I can fight." "I knew as much. Unfortunately, this fight is over." "And why do you say that?" "Just attack me. You asked for it." Zaku put his arms up and shot an air attack at Shino. But instead of the attack hitting Shino, it backfired and Zaku's arms exploded, revealing millions of insects. "I planted 2 pregnant female beetles in your air pipes while we were talking and my beetles stealthily filled your air pipes. Now you lose." Zaku was carried off of the field and Hayate declared Shino the winner. Everyone started looking at the board in anticipation of the next match. Finally the next two names appeared. "Proctor, I wish to drop out," said Misumi Tsuragi. "Why?" "I've seen Kankuro's skills and I can't defeat him. I concede." "Very well. The winner by default goes to Kankuro of the Sand." Disappointedly, everyone looked with slight anticipation of the next match. Suddenly 2 names appeared and everyone was mildly shocked. "Would Ino Yamanaka and Sakura Haruno please step forward?" Ino passed by Naruto on her way down and he whispered something in her ear. She finished going down and she appeared in front of the pink-haired Kunoichi. "Begin." Sakura threw her kunai trying to hit Ino but failed miserably. Ino used her hair without anyone seeing and set up an invisible chakra-laced snare. Sakura started running in circles. Suddenly her foot was caught and she couldn't move. Ino used her mind transfer jutsu and forced Sakura to surrender the match. The winner of the match by default is Ino Yamanaka. Everyone clapped and Ino hopped up to Naruto. "Thank you for the hint on how to get around her alter ego. It was well needed. Team Cobra must make it to the finals. It was the least I could do." Ino returned to her sensei's side and waited for the announcement of the next match. "Would Tenten and Tamari please step forward?" The two Jinan entered the arena and stood face to face. "Begin." Tenten started using weapon scrolls to attack her opponent. She launched barrage after barrage but Temari deflected every wave. You know something? This fan of mine is special. Once you see the third moon, it is over. Tenten realized she was looking at moon number 2. She grabbed 2 scrolls and rose into the air launching her largest barrage of weapons but she failed. She was now looking at moon 3. Temari swung the fan and Tenten was sent flying unconscious into the air and came crashing down, back first, onto Temari's fan. The winner is Temari of the Sand. Many ninja were in an uproar. Tenten's teammates ran down and took her back to the balcony. The next 2 names had already appeared. Would Shikamaru Nara and Kintsuchi please come down for the next match? Both Shinon proceeded down the stairs to the arena below. They faced each other as all Shinon before had. Begin. Finally I'll get retribution for being forced to run while in the forest. I'll destroy every last member of Team Cobra. And don't think your shadow techniques will work on me. I had someone give me all of the info on the Nara clan so I know how your techniques work. She proceeded to throw needles at Shikamaru. None of them hit but each one had a bell attached. Suddenly it dawned on Shikamaru what was going on. He saw the string attached to the bells and realized that they were linked to a jutsu. What jutsu do you have in store for me now? He asked. She pulled on the strings and Shikamaru could no longer move. So, it's a paralysis jutsu created by the sounds of the bells. Clever but not clever enough. Shikamaru blocked out all external sounds, a practice he grew accustomed to in the academy because he didn't like listening to annoying students. Shadow possession complete. But how? I paralyzed you with my sounds and kept my shadow out of range. It was simple, really. I learned to block sounds during my academy days so I wouldn't be annoyed. All I did was use that skill to block the sound of your bells. Then I ran my shadow along the wire to trap you. Now I can finish the match. Meanwhile, Naruto? How can Shikamaru have won already? Hinata asked. You see, just like me, Shikamaru is brilliant. He used his shadow possession right when she got close to the wall. Now I'll guarantee he is going to fake her out and hit her head on the wall. Impressive. Meanwhile, what are you doing? If you throw that shuriken, we will either both die or both duck. You can't win this way. Let's test this theory. Shikamaru threw the kunai and right before either was hit, Shikamaru ducked back like the Matrix causing the shuriken to miss. And right on cue, Kin copied his move and the shuriken embedded itself in the wall just above her. But to everyone's astonishment, she was not unharmed. She had her head slam into the wall and she was knocked unconscious. The winner is Shikamaru Nara. Shikamaru went up to where Cobra was and high-fived Naruto. Everyone in the stadium was ecstatic as they awaited the next round. 2 names flashed on the board. Naruto Uzumaki and Kiba Inuzuka, please step forward. Shikamaru turned to Naruto, not that you need to worry or be told this, but don't lose. You got it. The 2 opponents walked down and faced each other. Quit now, Kiba. You can't win. Not even with Akamaru. Shut up and lose. Begin. Naruto had already slammed Kiba upward and used a chakra-enhanced kick to slam him to the ground. Kiba was unable to move. The winner is Naruto Uzumaki. You cheat, Kiba declared. No. You underestimated me and lost in 2 seconds flat. That is fair, Naruto stated. Kiba could no longer stay conscious and drifted into the darkness. The Hokage called for a short interruption. He led Naruto to a hallway alone. You are truly incredible, Naruto. I've never had to make a ninja weigh themselves down this much before. I have been forced to upgrade your weights again. By how much, grandfather? By 300 pounds each leg and 200 pounds at the waist. I'm sorry. Don't be. You make me proud to be your adopted grandfather. He handed Naruto the weights and he put them on. He struggled to move but soon became accustomed to the extra weight and was unbothered by them. His speed was slowed but he was not hindered. They both returned to the arena. Everyone looked at Naruto with wide eyes. Sasuke had his fist in the wall because he was so pissed at Naruto. Naruto returned to the balcony. Shikamaru knew something was up but refused to speak. He would find out soon anyway. What did the Hokage want? Hinata asked. He had to up my weights. Naruto replied. By how much? She asked. 300 pounds per leg and 200 pounds at the waist. Why do you always have to wear those ridiculous weights? Why can't your grandfather treat you like a normal person? She asked. You know he tries to keep my abilities hidden. Hinata hugged him. It just feels like you aren't allowed to be yourself. She replied sadly. I'm sorry, he stated. It's fine. They heard a loud boom. Lee's fight has already started? I wonder why he took his weights off. They looked in his direction to see him slam Gaara in the face. Naruto noted his face was red. Idiot. What? He is using the 5th gate. What is wrong with him? Why did he have to go this far? Suddenly it dawned on him. Gaara's sand. He must be untouchable as long as he is sand because the sand appears around him to block hits. But what if someone traveled faster than the sand? They would be able to break the defense. Exactly, no. Suddenly Naruto disappeared and reappeared punching Gaara and sending him flying. He already lost. You wanna fight? Fight me. I don't need max power to fight you. I did that with only the second gate. I must kill him. Mother demands it. Gaara found himself being held by the throat in the air. Get away from my uncle's student or else. Naruto threw him and Gaara got up and walked to appear beside his brother and sister. Naruto reappeared beside his team, specifically Hinata, and deactivated the second gate. He fell to his knees and Hinata helped him get up. He leaned on the fence awaiting the next match. And the two names that appeared couldn't have infuriated him anymore. The winner of the previous fight is Gaara. The next match is between Hinata Hyuga and Neji Hyuga. Would those two please step forward? Naruto was squeezing the handrail so tight that it literally snapped in two and his teeth started to crack from being clenched so tightly. Hinata gave him a comforting hug but it didn't seem to help. She sensed the hate-related chakra rising in him. Naruto, I'll be fine. He calmed down a little but not much. She worriedly walked down and turned to face Neji. Begin, Lady Hinata. Neji. You bastard. Shut your goddamned mouth and start the fight already. No one wants to hear your damn psychological warfare. Just fight. Neji tried to strike at Hinata but was unsuccessful at first. But he suddenly began to nail hits on her arms. They stopped briefly. Neji, you can't beat me. Look at your arms, Lady Hinata. She looked at her arms to realize her chakra points had all been hit and shut off. Before she even looked away, she was slammed in the chest with an excessive amount of chakra. Suddenly Neji found himself in a headlock. Naruto had gotten pissed at the cheap shot and was overcome with Nine Tails chakra. He held Neji in a headlock. When Guy came down to gather his student, Naruto let go. He ran over to Hinata. Before he took Hinata to the medical ward, he turned to speak. Choji, don't fight Dosu. Your jutsu will make your situation worse. Wait until I get the chance to teach you more powerful jutsu. And grandfather. I wish to be Neji's opponent in the finals round 1. He and I have some unfinished business. With that he and Hinata disappeared. Vow. Choji raised his hand. I forfeit. No need to risk my health for something like this. Very well. The winner by default shall be Dosu. And that concludes the preliminaries. By the Hokage's consent, Naruto and Neji shall be the first match of the finals. The rest of you will have to draw a number to get your match pairings. Meanwhile, please don't die. Naruto had Hinata in the ER being healed. They had to put her in the ICU. He was burying his face in his knees. Suddenly Naruto heard 10 people approaching. He looked up to see his aunts and uncles as well as the rest of Team Cobra. How is she? Shikamaru asked. Naruto turned and punched his fist through the wall. I shouldn't have let her fight. I should have interfered. It wasn't your fault. Kurenai walked up and hugged him. She was the comforter of the group. It's just like the day we met. I just wasn't good enough. Roughly 6 years ago. You Hyuga punk. You are nothing compared to us. Your clan only thinks it's high and mighty. An older kid stated. She was kicked and punched again. She fainted after seeing a blonde boy about her age appear. She went into unconsciousness. Who are you 3 cowards to be beating on an innocent young girl? Well, if it isn't the fox brat. You can't do anything. You are weak and worthless. The kid that was speaking went flying into a tree and was knocked unconscious. If you two know what's good for you, then you will leave. The 2 boys turned and ran like cowards. The boy walked over and picked up the little girl. She woke and turned to face him. Who are you? My name is Naruto Uzumaki. Who are you? I am Hinata Hyuga. She coughed up blood and Naruto noticed. Hold tight. I'll get you to the hospital. Present day. How does that remind you of today? I was useless in both situations, and Kurenai. Suddenly the light turned off and Hinata rolled out and looked at a crying Naruto. It appears that you saved her life in both attempts. Hinata got off of the gurney and gave him a comforting hug. You're allowed to walk? Yes. They only had to reset my heart because Neji messed up its rhythm. I can go home. Good. Naruto held her close to him as he walked her home. Naruto smashed his alarm. He got up and got ready. After taking his shower, getting dressed, and taking care of other hygiene responsibilities, he walked to his kitchen and made himself eggs, a bowl of high-protein cereal, and some bacon. After eating breakfast, he went to his arsenal. He grabbed his armor, training gear, and combat gear, you never know what could happen, and threw it all in his bag. He put on his cloak and walked out the door after strapping his swords to his back. Soon after the Hyuga compound came into sight and Naruto saw who he was looking for. Hinata ran up to him and hugged him. I'm glad you made it, Hinata stated. You must really want to see me train my student. I'm sorry that I never introduced you to him before, but as you know, I'm usually busy, and once the third deems fit, then I will be Konohamaru's Jonin instructor. Naruto replied. I'm ready to meet him, she stated happily. Let's go. He replied. The two walked towards the Hokage mansion. Once they arrived, the third Hokage met them at the front door. Ah! Naruto. I see for once you are early. And you brought Hinata along as well. You two will be a great couple someday. Now if you are ready, you can head to the dojo and I'll bring Konohamaru. Yes, grandfather. Naruto held Hinata's hand as he walked her to the dojo. He pulled her a chair and took off his cloak, revealing him shirtless. He grabbed a bottle of water and sat it by his gear. He knew he would not need it until later. He opened his bag and pulled out 2 gloves. Right as he did that, Konohamaru walked in and came over to Naruto. Hey Naruto-sensei. I haven't seen you in forever. What have you been up to? I'm no longer an ANBU. I'm just a Jonin. But I'm taking part in the Chunin exams. How long until you become a Jonin? My money says 3 months. I'm not really worried about when. Here. Put your gloves on. We are starting with Taijutsu training. Do you remember the purpose of the gloves? Yeah. They leave chakra marks on you that remain until the 10th hit or until the user of the chakra removes the gloves. They only mark on a hit and not a block. The burn also sting a little. Why? Just want to make sure my student remembered what I taught him. Okay. Before we begin, I have someone I want you to meet. Naruto walked him over to Hinata. Konohamaru, this is my girlfriend and best friend Hinata Hyuga. Hinata, this is Konohamaru. Nice to meet you, lady. I mean Hinata. I'm sorry, my manners aren't as good as sensei's. Nice to meet you too, Konohamaru. You are lucky to be given Naruto as a sensei. Actually he is my master, but he prefers to be called sensei. He says he doesn't have a right to the title of master. That sounds like something he would say. He always is quick to protect everyone but sees himself as weak and insignificant. He has actually been like that since I met him. But he would give his life for anyone in this village, which is more than I can say for myself. If you two are done, could we please begin, Konohamaru? Sorry sensei. You're fine. Now let's begin. I'm going to start with 1% of my skill. I'll gradually double it until you can't keep up. Begin. Konohamaru charged at Naruto and Naruto blocked some hits and managed to make some, but Konohamaru managed to nail 10 blows in about 30 seconds. You are doing well so far. Time for 2%. Begin. Konohamaru charged again, but Naruto was blocking nearly every hit. Konohamaru finally nailed a hit on Naruto's chest. Konohamaru after a lengthy spar managed to get 10 hits to Naruto's 9.4%. Konohamaru charged but was immediately countered and had been hit 4 times. He tried to counter as well but was blocked, stunned, and hit 6 more times. I guess that's as far as you could get. That's pretty good. There are some Jonin that couldn't even take me at 1%. So all in all, I'm impressed. Next is something that you've been begging me for the past year. I'm going to teach you ninjutsu. Specifically, I am going to deal with specialized ninjutsu such as fire and water. But first I need to make sure your chakra control is still in check. So I want you to run a full lap around the dojo on the walls. Yes sensei. Konohamaru walked up onto the wall and ran around to the spot he started and came down. How was that sensei? That was great. Give me a second. Naruto walked over to his bag and he grabbed 6 slips of paper. He then walked over to Konohamaru. Hinata. Could you come over here? Hinata got up, walked over and sat by Konohamaru, both looking at Naruto. Okay. Each of you take 2 pieces of paper. They both took 2 pieces. Okay. Now this paper is special. It is called chakra paper. It reacts to your chakra. If you have fire type chakra, it will turn to ash. If you have wind type chakra, it will split down the middle. If you have lightning type chakra, it will crumple. If you have earth type chakra, then it will crumble. If you have water type chakra, it will become soaking wet. Now watch me. I have 3 types. He pulled a larger piece of paper from his bag. This is the same paper but it is designed to test for more than 2 chakra natures. Now watch the kanji and tell me what type of chakra I have. Naruto infused chakra into the piece of paper and the paper reacted in 3 of the 5 areas. What type of chakra do I have, Konohamaru? You have wind, water, and fire type chakra sensei. Very good. I inherited my father's wind type, my mother's water type, and I was born with fire type. Now Hinata. I want you to hold a piece in each hand. Then I want you to infuse chakra into the paper. Hinata did as told and both pieces became soaking wet. It looks like you have water type chakra. Konohamaru, you next. Konohamaru did as told and his two pieces became ash. It looks like you inherited your grandfather's and uncle's fire-type chakra. I have to leave to do other stuff. I will meet you in a month and a half to see how you are doing. Here is a scroll of basic fire-style jutsu I want you to study. I got it from a friend, so take good care of it. Yes, sensei. Now I'm leaving to go with Hinata. I hope you'll come watch me in the Chunin exams. I'll be there, sensei. Bye. Meanwhile, sorry to be an intrusion, Hiyashi, but I have a request. What is it, Kakashi? The council is forcing me to train that Uchiha brat. I won't be able to train Naruto. I know that Neji is going to train with his team, so I would like you and Hinata to train Naruto. As you, a friend of Minato, are aware, Naruto possesses the Byakugan. So he is capable of learning Gentle Fist. I would appreciate if you guys would do it in my absence. I do not object at all. He should be here in about an hour and a half to bring Hinata home and spend some time with her. I will talk to them then. Thank you, Hiyashi. Meanwhile, so, can you meet me at the training grounds tomorrow? Hinata asked. I don't really want to get up tomorrow, Hinata, Naruto joked. Please. She asked cutely. Fine. Naruto replied. Good. Now finish your ramen. Hinata ordered. I've already finished 3 bowls. Naruto replied, knowing he could eat plenty more. Are you ready to go then? She asked him, knowing he wasn't really full. Yeah. Let's go to the park, Naruto said absent-mindedly. I need to be home, remember? She replied with a slight sigh. Oh yeah. That doctor is coming to check on you. Get on my back. Naruto replied happily. Why? Hinata asked, slightly shocked. I never get to give you piggyback rides. Naruto pouted. Okay. Hinata answered and then climbed on his back and he sprinted to the Hyuga estate. When they arrived, Hiyashi greeted them at the front. Hello, Naruto. Hiyashi greeted Naruto with a smile. Hello, Hiyashi. I hope you're doing well? Naruto greeted while bowing. I am. Your uncle stopped by. Hiyashi replied, also bowing. Which one? Naruto asked, already having an idea. Kakashi. Hiyashi replied. Naruto had thought so. What did he want? Naruto asked curiously. He asked me to train you because the village council is forcing him to train Sasuke. He wants me and Hinata to train you in Gentle Fist. Hiyashi explained. Finally I will be able to apply a fighting style to my Byakugan, Naruto said happily. By the way, your daughter should be taught to utilize water style. If you'd like, I could give her a scroll and train her a bit after the Chunin exams. Naruto added. That would be greatly appreciated. Hiyashi replied with a smile. Now I want you to meet us here at 5 in the morning on Monday. Thank you for leaving me to solace tomorrow. I will be here. I'll go visit my parents at 2 in the morning to make sure I'm there on time. Naruto replied in a solemn tone of voice. Tell your father I said hello and I hope he is doing well in the afterlife. Hiyashi told Naruto, his tone solemn as well. Will do. I'm going to go home and read over some scrolls. But first I need to visit the ANBU HQ. I have a special meeting. Will I see you at the Hokage's announcement today at 5? Naruto asked curiously. Yes. Lord Third stated that it is a very important announcement. We will be there, Hiyashi stated positively. Oh. I almost forgot, Hinata. Shino, you, and I are supposed to be up with the Hokage along with Uncle Kakashi. So I'll pick you up about 4:30, Naruto said to Hinata. Okay. Bye Naruto, Hinata said after hugging. You chose a great man, Hinata, Hiyashi stated. I'm lucky to have him and he's lucky to have me. That's all that concerns me. Hinata replied to her father happily. So what jutsu are in the scroll? He asked her, seeing that she was looking it over. Just basic water jutsu. She replied, rolling it back up. Okay, he said. He didn't expect Naruto to give her anything advanced to practice by herself. Meanwhile, how have you been? Naruto asked Itachi. I've been well, Naruto. And you? Itachi answered. My birthday is tomorrow. Naruto replied solemnly. I'm sorry. I know how much you hate that day. Here is what I promised. This scroll has all the current info on the Akatsuki. I know you'll put it to good use. It sucks that you are the only person in the Leaf Village who respects me other than Jiraiya, Itachi said sadly. Their opinion doesn't matter. You're one of the only people who respect me. You know, you have a lucky little brother. Naruto replied. Why is that? Itachi asked curiously. Because you made me promise not to harm him, and if I didn't make that promise, I would have murdered him by now. I'll see you in a month. Maybe you can get away for a long enough time to train me some. I need to hone the Sharingan side of my Byakugan, Naruto said hopefully. Probably not, but we will see. Itachi disappeared and Naruto left the ANBU HQ. Meanwhile, Naruto was in his room reading over a scroll inscribed in his name. It was a jutsu scroll left by his father. It was apparently left by his father for him to learn the Rasengan. What did you want me to do, father? I just don't see it. Naruto was looking to his scroll and at a little footnote that said, "Son, I wish for you to inherit and complete the Rasengan." He looked at the clock and then got up. He walked to his arsenal and grabbed his cloak. That was when he noticed the tears in it. "I'll have to have Hinata mended for me. I hope it will last through today." Naruto put his cloak on and disappeared in a puff of smoke. Meanwhile, "Enter," Hiruzen said from his desk. "I'm sorry to intrude, Lord Third. But I must make a request," Kurenai said with a look of extreme worry on her face. "What would it be, Kurenai?" Hiruzen asked, already knowing what her response would be. "I would ask that you don't bring Naruto in front of the village today. You would be putting his life in danger," she stated, clearly not in favor of the idea. "Why would his life be in danger?" the Hokage asked, already having the situation under control. "You know the villagers hate him. The minute they hear his name, his life will be in jeopardy," she stated in fear. "Have faith in me, Kurenai. I already have this planned out. I have ANBU guarding off the entire Hokage building. No one is getting to him." The Hokage reassured her. "I hope you are right," she said, knowing the Hokage would have foreseen the problem. Meanwhile, "Ready, Hinata." She nodded and climbed on his back and they took off towards the Hokage building. "Naruto, what's wrong?" she asked, slightly worried. "I'm just a little nervous," he replied hesitantly. "I swear to you, if one of those villagers lays a hand on you, they will have one more reason to fear the Hyuga heir," she said with malice. "Thank you, but I would prefer if you not get involved. I don't want anything happening to you," he said worriedly. "You know, you're more stubborn than a mule," she said reluctantly. "You love me anyways," he teased. She lightly punched him in the back of the head in return and they both giggled a little. "Look, there it is." They had arrived at the building. Naruto ran her up to the top and they stood with Shino, Kakashi, and Hiruzen. Suddenly, two all too familiar ninja walked up to the group, this time non-threateningly. Naruto let Hinata down and he looked out to the crowd. "Hinata, I need to know if you can repair my cloak," he asked her quietly as they waited for the clock to strike 5. "Of course. What is wrong?" she asked him. "Look at all the tears. It hasn't been repaired since way before we faced Zabuza and I can't go through town without it. You know what happened last time," he explained. Then Haku walked up to Hinata. "Excuse me, Lady Hinata. But if I may ask, why can't Naruto go into public without his cloak on?" Haku was really confused. "My apologies, Haku, but you must wait until I can talk to you later. While Naruto is asleep in his apartment, I'll be staying over mending his clothes. You are welcome to come over and I can explain it to you then." Hinata replied happily. "I would be honored. I look forward to talking to my brother's closest friend," Haku said with a smile. "You see Naruto as a brother?" Hinata asked with a confused voice. "You see, Zabuza is like my father and after learning from Naruto, I see him as my sibling." Haku replied. "That means there are 6 people who care about him that are his age," Hinata said happily. "You mean you and me and a couple others?" Haku asked. "Yeah. We can talk more later," she replied. Suddenly, Hiruzen stepped forward and he started to speak. "People of the Hidden Leaf Village. For thousands of years, men have waged war against other men to determine who is superior, who gets land, etc. Peace has become an obscurity to the minds of men across the globe. We, the village hidden in the leaves, as one of the 5 great ninja villages, are no less guilty of war and war crimes as the next village. But in the course of our existence, we have fought with one goal in mind. We all want peace in this shinobi world of ours. Today marks a huge milestone towards that goal as today we officially welcome our newest ally, the village hidden in the mist." About a month and a half ago, one of the greatest ninja squads ever assembled in our great village ventured to the Land of Waves on a mission to protect a bridge builder from bandits and thieves. During the mission they ran into trouble and ended up fighting a ninja pair they never would have thought they could come across. They were fighting Zabuza Mochi, the demon of the mist, and his apprentice Hakuyuki. They eventually defeated the duo and the duo made a deal with this squad to be able to return to the Hidden Mist Village to help the rebellion against the old Mizukage and finally overthrow him. Now, thanks to this team's bravery we can happily say the duo are the ambassadors between our 2 allied villages. I would like to thank you all for coming. Let's hear a round of applause for Team 7. People started cheering. Team 7 stepped forward. Team 7 consists of Kakashi Hitake, Shino Aburame, Hinata Hyuga, and Naruto Uzumaki. Instantly people were in an uproar. They were throwing stuff and booing. Naruto teleported back to his apartment and Hinata ran off to catch him and comfort him. Kurenai and the others tried to quell the crowd. Haku followed after Hinata. Meanwhile, "What am I going to do? Nobody wants me around except for 8 people. I wish I could leave," Naruto said with sadness in his voice, although he didn't show it. Then what would I do? Hinata asked as she walked in. Why do you always chase me down when I'm sad? He asked. Because, it's my job, she said, hugging him warmly. I'm sorry. It's just so hard trying to earn the respect of a village that hates me for something that happened out of my control and that uses me for a scapegoat, he stated. Hinata hugged him a bit tighter. I wish you would show emotion. You aren't in the ANBU, so it's okay to show emotion, she said. She wanted him to be more emotional. She thought it would help. I'm going to bed. I'll need rest because I'm visiting my parents tomorrow all day. I thank you for staying to guard me since people might try to kill me knowing what tomorrow is. Love you. I'm out. Naruto passed out. Hinata started to shed a tear. She walked out to the living room to find Haku sitting on the couch. I guess I can give you that explanation, then I have to go to Naruto's room and lay down with him guarding him. I will not let a single villager lay a hand on my boyfriend. Meanwhile, so how do you plan to kidnap the Nine-Tails brat, Lord Orochimaru? Kabuto asked, knowing what was on his master's mind. Patience, young Kabuto. All in due time. In the meantime, we should prepare to watch the Chunin exams. The finals are in a month, Orochimaru said curiously. Yes, Lord Orochimaru. Meanwhile, so in other words you hate villagers you protect? Haku asked, taking in all of the information. Yes. Can you believe how they treat him? Hinata scoffed. It's despicable if you ask me. He does all this for a village to come home to that. Why do they call him a monster? Haku asked, more confused than ever. Unfortunately, I can't elaborate beyond where I have. He is the one that is allowed to do that. It is a law in our village. Hinata replied reluctantly. I see. I'm sorry. I wish there was a way I could help, Haku said sadly. Actually, if you stayed out here to guard and slept on the couch, you could guard the front door and stop any assassins that come in the night at the front. Hinata suggested. I would be honored. I will not let any intruders in, Haku said firmly. Thank you, Haku. Oh, and one more thing. I plan on having a party for him tomorrow. Do you want to help? Hinata asked. I would love to, Lady Hinata. Haku replied with a smile. Thank you, again. Hinata walked to Naruto's room and laid on the bed, staying above the blankets. She grabbed a spare Naruto left for her and covered up. She had a feeling it was going to be a long night. Chapter 10, The Gentle Fist, the Byakugan, and Bad News. Naruto arrived at the Hyuga compound on time. He was tired but was ready to learn. Good morning, Naruto. I hope you slept well, Hiyashi stated, bowing in greeting to Naruto. Naruto bowed back. Not really, Lord Hiyashi. I couldn't fall asleep last night, so I decided to study my father's sealing scrolls. I haven't been able to sleep well lately. Naruto replied, clearly somewhat tired. Why? Hiyashi asked, curious and concerned. Kurama has been keeping me awake to find a way to repair my father's seal. It is falling apart at a quicker rate than my father previously anticipated, Naruto said worriedly. What is the seal's status? Hiyashi asked, clearly concerned. If it continues, it will totally decompose in 5 years, unless it gets worse, and when that happens Naruto couldn't finish as Hinata ran over and hugged him tightly. I won't let that happen, and neither will Hinata. We will find a way to repair the seal before it becomes too late. I know your godfather will help too, Hiyashi stated, seeing how upset Hinata looked. I thank you, Lord Hiyashi, Naruto said, still somewhat worried. You know, you don't have to be that formal with me. I was a great friend of your father and we were even teammates. He saved my life. His wish was for you to see me as your uncle. But since you are with Hinata that would be impossible, so instead I will be your future father-in-law. Hiyashi told Naruto. Yes. Let's not worry about that now though. We need to train you for the finals. So where do you want to start? Hinata said, still hugging Naruto. Naruto pondered a bit. Let's start with the test of my regular gentle fist skills. I have basic skills that Hinata trained me in. Would you mind a spar, Hiyashi? If you are up to it. They both dropped into their 8 trigram stance. Naruto rushed at Hiyashi. 8 trigrams 128 palms, Naruto yelled as he started striking Hiyashi. 2 palms. 4 palms, 8 palms, 16 palms, 32 palms, 64 palms, 128 palms, Naruto yelled as he attacked. Hiyashi fell to his knees unable to move. Naruto walked up and unsealed his chakra points. Once Hiyashi was able to stand, he and Naruto made the unison sign. Well son, you have basic gentle fist taijutsu down. I'm impressed. I say next we try air bombs. Let me demonstrate. Hiyashi turned to face a tree and he shot his palm forward, ripping the tree to shreds. I see. So like this. Naruto shot his palm forward and shredded a tree just like Hiyashi. Good. I figured you would pick this one and the next one up quickly. The last one will be difficult though. But let's work on the next technique. It's called Twin Lion Fist. Observe. Hiyashi charged chakra into his fist and the chakra took on the appearance of lions. He then split a tree in two with them. Naruto then charged his chakra into his fist and did the same. Excellent. Now for the hard part. Rotation. Hiyashi stood away from them and suddenly he rotated and his chakra made a visible dome. Naruto attempted but was blown black hard. He slammed headfirst into a tree and fell unconscious. Father, will he be alright? Hinata asked, extremely worried. Yeah. You'll have to help him control his chakra points. In 2 weeks we will work with his Byakugan abilities. I'll have Kakashi help in the Sharingan aspect. Hiyashi replied. Father, do you think Naruto will die? Hinata asked, fear all over her face. I don't have an answer because I'll need to assess his seal and we'll have to research how to fix it. Let's let him sleep. Take him to the guest room. You have the day off, Hiyashi said, about to leave. Thank you, father. Hinata tried to pick Naruto up then remembered his weights. Father, I forgot. Because of his weights, we would need an army of Hyugas and the bed couldn't support the weight. I'll sit here and guard him while he sleeps, Hinata stated to Hiyashi. Very well. I'll see you later, Hiyashi stated, walking off to do paperwork for the clan. Later, Naruto woke up with Hinata laying her head on his chest. He nudged her awake and decided if he was going to tell her the bad news, then he might as well do it over lunch. You awake, Hinata? He asked. Yes, how are you feeling? She asked, still worried. Better. I was wondering if you wanted to go out to lunch. Naruto asked. Sure. Where did you have in mind? Hinata asked, happy to be able to go on a date with him. Let's go to the nice cafe downtown. I will have to go under a transformation. Naruto replied. I hate that you have to be under transformation. It's just not fair, she said sadly. But I don't want to cause problems. You know there will be trouble if I show my face, Naruto stated. I know. If you are ready to go, then I am, she said, ready to spend time with Naruto. They got up and walked off. At the cafe, Naruto and Hinata were busy eating when Naruto started shaking and decided to speak. Hinata, you will love me no matter what, right? He asked in a serious and frightened tone of voice. Yes. Why? What is wrong? Hinata looked really scared. Remember when I said my seal would last for 5 years? Naruto asked hesitantly. Yes. But you don't have to worry. Father and I will find a way to stop it. Promise me you will let us? She asked. I don't know if you will have time. When I was unconscious, Kurama ran some tests on the seal. We were dead wrong, with the seal's current state I have. Naruto was scared to tell her. What? Tell me. Please. I promise I'm here for you. Hinata tried not to show it but she was extremely scared. I have 2 years left before it totally decomposes, Naruto said fastly. Damn it. Why are we sitting here relaxing, Naruto? We need to start working on fixing your seal. We won't let you die, Hinata yelled. Suddenly she heard the villagers start talking. Suddenly one villager walked up to her and started to speak. Excuse me, where's the aforementioned demon boy? We wish to save you from him. He didn't have a chance to finish before Hinata slammed him in the face and sent him flying. You shut up. Don't talk about my boyfriend like that. He is a better man than you will ever be. She stopped when she heard an agonizing, blood-curdling scream. She turned to see Naruto fall to the ground grasping his head. He appeared to be having an extreme migraine. Flashback. Hinata? Naruto asked. Yes, Naruto? She replied. Take these. They are suppressors for chakra-related headaches and migraines. If I appear to be having a headache or migraine, then I want you to put one on my forehead. Can you do that? Naruto asked hopefully. Yes, Naruto. I understand. Hinata replied. Thank you. I love you, Naruto said appreciatively. Love you too, she said kissing his cheek. End flashback. Hinata quickly pulled out one of the suppressors and slapped it on his forehead and the migraine stopped. Naruto appeared to be asleep. Hinata used the jutsu he had taught her before the date to lower the weight of the weights and she put him on her back and walked him home. She put him on the couch and smelled food when Haku walked in and immediately looked concerned. What happened? Haku asked, very shocked. It's a long story. Hinata replied. I have time, Haku said. Okay. Sit down. Hinata told him. The next morning. Good morning, Naruto. Hiyashi greeted, bowing as usual. Good morning, Father Hiyashi. Naruto replied, also bowing. I have a plan to help you learn rotation. However, you won't like it, Hiyashi stated. What is it? Naruto asked curiously. I want you to copy my movement using your Sharingan ability. Hiyashi. Why do you want me to? Naruto asked. not liking the idea of cheating. I'm not saying I don't think you should practice, but copying it will help you understand it better. That is according to Kakashi Hatake. Hiashi explained, knowing how Naruto felt about copying with the Sharingan. I guess I could give it a shot. Naruto replied reluctantly. Naruto activated the Byakugan. Okay. I'm going to do the rotation and I want you to keep an eye on my chakra. Analyze through the entire execution. Hiashi ordered. Naruto watched the entire thing, analyzing every detail. Okay. I think I have this. Let me try. Naruto tried and successfully executed a rotation. Bravo. You know Hiashi, Naruto is really becoming a great shinobi. He reminds me a lot of his father. A not-so-mysterious, white-haired man stated. Naruto turned around, shocked at what he saw. Jiraiya? You're actually here? Naruto asked, completely thrown off guard by it. Yes. I wished it was under better circumstances though. I came here following Orochimaru. Hiashi also informed me about your seal. I'm going to work with you guys to find a solution, I promise. I need to go talk to the old man for now though, Jiraiya stated, disappearing. Naruto, I believe you are ready for the finals. Your normal training should be enough for the last 2 weeks. I look forward to your fight, Hiashi said with a bow. Once Naruto returned the bow, he left and Naruto went off to train. Chapter 11, The Sound Invades. The dramatic conclusion of the Chunin exams. Naruto, Shikamaru, Ino, Shino, Neji, Sasuke, Gaara, and Temari all stood in the center of the arena, with the grandstands above roaring in applause. Genma Shiranui was the proctor for the final round, however the only Leaf Ninja competing with the knowledge as to why was Naruto, being the only one with access to ANBU-level intelligence. He swore to stop Orochimaru's plan, but he knew that was easier said than done. Genma dismissed everyone but Naruto and Neji. Both got into position. Round 1 will be Naruto Uzumaki vs Neji Hyuga. Let the fight begin, Genma stated. He gave the signal and backed away, knowing all too well not to be near Naruto for this fight. Neji, it's time I show you what happens when you piss me off, Naruto yelled as he vanished, reappearing behind Neji and slamming him before he had a chance to activate his Byakugan. However, it was far from enough to defeat Neji. Naruto was holding back, choosing to toy with Neji. Is that all you have? You may be fast but your strength is absolutely worthless, Neji stated. Naruto smirked. Up in the grandstands, Team Cobra was assembled together, watching the fight, even though they knew what the outcome would be when suddenly Hinata showed a look of worry. Please don't go overboard. Hinata pleaded in her mind. Shikamaru smiled. Neji has no chance. For Naruto of all people, someone who has a strength I have yet to see matched in battle by anyone, except for Orochimaru, to toy with Neji, he doesn't stand a chance against Naruto. Shikamaru commented with a smile. Sasuke was watching the fight from the other side of the arena. He had his fist firmly planted in a wall. He could see what Naruto was doing as well. And it pissed him off. So Neji, should I finish this now? Or continue luring you into a false sense of security? I'll let you choose, Naruto said with a smirk. Neji was pissed. He ran at Naruto but right before he reached Naruto, Naruto performed rotation, knocking Neji back. Naruto launched from the rotation straight into an 8 trigram 64 palms attack. Neji collapsed to the ground unable to move. Genma smirked, expecting nothing less, although wishing he could have watched more. Naruto Uzumaki I. Most of the crowd was booing, Cobra watching and not in very good moods over it. Naruto teleported to his comrades for the next match. Shino, you remember the plan right? Naruto asked. Shino nodded and descended to the hall. He stepped out and faced the Uchiha. Sasuke had a murderous look in his eyes. Round 2. Shino Aburame vs Sasuke Uchiha. Begin. Sasuke launched forward at high speed and slammed Shino, sending him flying into a wall, unconscious. Sasuke Uchiha wins, Genma said with disappointment. Naruto instantly appeared beside Shino and took him back up into the stands. Suddenly Shino turned into a pile of insects as the real Shino came up the stairs and called them back. Sorry to have you do that, Shino, but it was necessary. Sasuke would never have accepted a forfeit. Naruto explained. Shino nodded in agreement. Genma called for Ino and Gaara to come down. Ino, go ahead. Naruto encouraged. Ino stood. I forfeit, she yelled, knowing Naruto had her do this for her own safety. Jenna looked displeased, as did Gaara, but he called the final set of competitors down. Shikamaru and Temari appeared in the center field. Sorry that my brother couldn't make it here to be your first opponent. But he just simply had business to take care of. Temari explained. Round 4. Shikamaru Nara vs Temari of the Sand. Begin. Genma yelled. Shikamaru smiled. Sorry. I don't have time to play. See, me and my Cobra teammates have business as well. Sue. Shikamaru threw a flash bomb down after he finished speaking. After the light died down, Temari was recovering when Shikamaru surprised everyone but Naruto. Shadow Possession Jutsu, success, he stated. He then pulled a kunai and held it to his throat, Temari mirroring his action perfectly. Surrender or else. Shikamaru smirked. Temari sighed, not in the mood to deal with everything. Proctor, I forfeit, she stated. Shikamaru released her and she left. The winner is Shikamaru Nara, Genma stated in shock. The semi-final matchups shall be, Round 1, Naruto Uzumaki vs Sasuke Uchiha. Sasuke had a smirk on his face whereas Naruto couldn't care less. Round 2, Genma was cut short. I forfeit the match, Shikamaru stated, already going over this scenario with Naruto beforehand. Genma coughed to clear his throat. Very well. Gaara will have a bye in the semifinals. The winner of semifinals round 1 will face Gaara in the finals. The crowd cheered as Naruto and Sasuke quickly appeared in the center field. Everyone was booing Naruto and cheering for Sasuke to destroy him. Genma sighed. Let the semifinal round between Naruto Uzumaki and Sasuke Uchiha begin. Genma announced. No sooner than Genma backed away, Sasuke was sent flying backwards. He did a backflip and landed on his feet in a crouching position. Naruto, while wanting to smirk due to enjoying the thrashing he wanted to give Sasuke, kept his face emotionless as Sasuke grimaced. It hurt, but I figured he had more than that. Guess I was wrong. Sasuke thought, analyzing the punch. Naruto stood there, looking at Sasuke with an emotionless facial expression. Sasuke's face took on an expression of lividness as he ran towards Naruto. While running, Sasuke quickly ran through a few hand seals, activating a Chidori, blue lightning whipping around his body as he inched closer to the blonde. Haku was watching the battle unfold, having arrived just before the first punch was thrown. He was sitting with Cobra, a worried expression plastered on his face. In Naruto's mindscape, Kurama, I'll grant you permission to heal me for what you know I'm about to do. Just don't hate me, Naruto stated to the large fox. I just wish I knew why you do the things you do, Kurama sighed as Naruto left his mindscape. Back in the fight, Naruto made no attempt to block the oncoming attack. Sasuke shoved his hand through the right side of Naruto's chest. The entire crowd, minus Cobra, was cheering. Naruto just stood there, looking right at the Uchiha. The blue lightning faded from his hand as he pulled it out of the large hole that he put in Naruto's chest. Suddenly the hole began sealing up, smoke rising from the front and back sides. Sasuke looked on in disgust. With Cobra, Hinata had tears in her eyes as she looked on in horror. Haku had single-handedly dropped the temperature in the area by about 20 degrees. Choji couldn't eat, Ino was just speechless, Shino's bugs were going berserk, and Shikamaru smiled. So that's his plan, huh? Crafty bastard, Shikamaru stated. The others looked over at him, waiting for an explanation. Just watch and listen. Shikamaru replied, eager to watch Naruto's plan unfold. The battle. What in the hell are you? Sasuke exclaimed in horror. Naruto still had an emotionless expression on his face. You mean no one's ever told you? I'm a monster. I'm not a human. I'm what you would call a demon. Boy. Fear me, Naruto yelled in a voice so loud the entire stadium could hear. I'm the monster that lurks under your bed, waiting to kill you. Ask any villager and they'll tell you. It isn't exactly a secret, he continued. Sasuke ran towards him, pissed off, hate plastered all over his face. Naruto pulled a small round ball from his pouch and ran at Sasuke, ramming the pill down his throat. Sasuke's vision began to blur until everything went black and he collapsed on the ground. Naruto Uzumaki is the winner, Genma announced as the stadium erupted into hateful booing and protesting. Naruto appeared up by Cobra, being welcomed by a hard slap across the face. Naruto Uzumaki, what in the hell is wrong with you? The culprit yelled out. It was Hinata, a pissed yet worried look on her face. He sighed. Sorry, I didn't mean to worry you, he replied solemnly. Hinata hugged him. Don't be so reckless against Gaara. You know how brutal he is, she warned. Naruto nodded his head. I won't. Suddenly he fell to the ground, clutching his stomach. His whole body started glowing purple. After about 10 seconds it ended, and he slowly stood. What was that? He asked, not knowing exactly what had happened. He didn't have time however as he sprinted down to Genma's location, staring Gaara straight in the eyes. Genma smirked, not doubting Naruto could win it all. Let the final match between Naruto Uzumaki and Gaara of the Sand commence. Genma leapt backwards after announcing. Kurama, can you analyze what happened? Naruto thought, as he slowly moved into the Shadow Clone Jutsu hand sign. He didn't get a response. Kurama? He tried communicating but failed again. He reluctantly focused on the battle. Shadow Clone Jutsu, he yelled. But to his surprise, absolutely nothing happened. Now he was worried. He focused on the first two gates, trying to open them, knowing he would need the speed since he didn't have access to his other plans. However, he couldn't open them. Shit. What's going on? Is this because of what happened? Was that a side effect of the seal decomposition? He asked, sweat forming on his face. Up in the stands with Cobra, Shikamaru was extremely worried, as were the others. This is bad. If he can't use any of his techniques, Gaara will annihilate him, Shikamaru yelled, much to the dismay of the rest of Cobra and Haku. Hinata had tears in her eyes, knowing that he wasn't planning this. She could tell from his stance that he was pretty shaken. Mother wants your blood. I will kill you, Gaara yelled as he sent his sand flying at Naruto. It hit him full force as it caught him off guard. He managed to recover. He ran full speed at Gaara but couldn't get his fist to make it past the sand. Gaara sent Naruto flying again. Normally Naruto would forfeit, but he was under orders to not surrender, as if he did, Orochimaru would destroy the village. Naruto needed to stall. He felt a little chakra become available to him, but not enough for anything major. He quickly used the jutsu that lowered his weights. He dropped the weight all the way down to 0. Sarutobi was watching in worry. If he has to resort to this is not good, he stated. The Kazekage, whom sat right beside Sarutobi, smiled. Die. Gaara sent all of his sand flying at Naruto. Right before it hit, Naruto vanished. Suddenly Gaara went flying, slamming into a wall. Gaara laughed. He sent his sand flying again, forcing Naruto back onto the defensive. Naruto was evading just fine until his body began to glow purple and a spike penetrated his right shoulder. Naruto was in extreme pain. The purple aura subsided as another spike penetrated Naruto's left leg. Gaara recalled his sand as Naruto fell to his knees. Up in the stands, Cobra was in disbelief. Hinata had tears running down her face as she watched her boyfriend being slowly murdered. She felt her heart ripping in half. Naruto, she yelled in despair and anguish. Naruto heard her cry and realized how pained she was. Naruto gritted his teeth. As he clenched his fists, suddenly the small pebbles near him began vibrating as red chakra began whipping around his body, creating an enormously forceful wind, with strength and resemblance of a tornado. Suddenly the chakra retracted to Naruto, engulfing him. His body had taken on the facial resemblance of a fox, his eyes red with slit pupils, staring into Gaara's eyes. Gaara looked slightly fearful for the first time in forever, seeing how scared Shukaku was. Naruto was suddenly behind him, holding him in an arm lock. You've made one crucial mistake, Gaara, one that could prove to be fatal. You made Hinata cry. Now you will experience my wrath, Naruto yelled as he threw Gaara high into the air. He then appeared above Gaara and slammed him towards the ground with both fists combined. Right before Gaara slammed the ground, Naruto suddenly appeared underneath him and kicked him high into the sky. Naruto started launching Gaara around like a ping-pong ball, each blow breaking the sound barrier, making a very audible boom. Naruto finally slammed Gaara straight to the ground, the impact causing the entire stadium to shake with quite a bit of force. The battlefield was completely cloaked in a dust cloud so dense that nobody could tell what was happening. Not a sound arose from the stadium, everyone watching in tense silence. Hinata had a very mixed look on her face. She didn't know exactly what was happening with Naruto, but she didn't like it at all. The dust cloud cleared slowly, revealing Gaara, contained in a large sandball, and Naruto standing in a pose shakily. Suddenly Naruto coughed as a lot of blood spewed from his mouth and he clenched his gut. Hinata looked on, mortified at the puddle of blood on the ground. Naruto wiped the blood from his mouth and stared directly at Gaara. He then glanced up at Sarutobi, who gave him a hand signal that meant everything was ready for the counter-strike. Naruto sighed and raised his hand shakily. Proctor, due to my condition caused by events from something completely unrelated to the Chunin exams, for before Naruto could finish he coughed up more blood and fell to the ground unconscious. Genma looked really concerned, knowing there was no way Naruto took that much damage during the fight. Mother wants your blood. I need to prove my existence, Gaara yelled as he made a gesture and his sand went flying towards Naruto's unconscious body. The crowd was cheering until suddenly the sand was dispersed and Gaara couldn't move. Standing where the sand was dispersed was Choji, who had activated his partial expansion jutsu on his right arm and slammed the sand away. Shikamaru had quickly used the shadows of the dispersed sand grains to weave a shadow straight at Gaara, trapping him in the infamous shadow possession jutsu. Ino was in position to use her mind transfer jutsu if Gaara tried anything funny. Shino had his bugs surrounding Gaara, ready to drain his chakra dry if need be. Lastly, Hinata was putting Naruto on her back, ready to escort him to a hospital. Shikamaru gave Gaara a murderous look. "Your kind disgusts me. Naruto has clearly forfeited and you attempted to kill him. Had we not intervened to save our friend, he would have died. I would pick your next move wisely because we won't hesitate to kill you if that's what it takes to protect our team's leader. Any further attack shall be seen as an act of war and shall be treated as such under international law," Shikamaru said, his fists clenched so tight that a bit of blood dripped from them. Everyone that wasn't a trained ninja in the stands was booing at the display, despising the intervention. Hinata clenched her teeth when suddenly she felt Naruto's pulse stop completely. She immediately laid him on the ground and ripped his clothing off of his torso. Haku knew he was going to be needed and appeared down by Hinata's side. Hinata's hands were glowing green and she was clearly trying to restart Naruto's circulation. Haku reached into his pouch and pulled out Senbone. "May I be of assistance, Hinata?" Haku asked the clearly frantic and stressed yet determined girl. Hinata had sweat on her face but she looked up at Haku. Just as she did, though, she felt a very faint pulse. With every beat, the pulse became stronger. After about a minute, Naruto started to open his eyes. Hinata hugged him tightly. Naruto's vision slowly gained focus. He saw his clearly distressed girlfriend and hugged her, rubbing her back gently. "Relax, Hinata. Kurama wasn't going to let me go that easily and you know it," he said reassuringly. Then his tone became darker. "This is part of the seal's decomposition and the side effects are only going to get worse," he stated. "Promise me you'll stop it," Hinata said through teary eyes. Naruto ruffled her hair. "I promise you. I won't leave without a fight," he reassured her. She got off of him and looked him in the eyes, a very faint smile. Naruto then looked at Gaara, a look of determination on his face. He shakily stood, his leg injury easily felt now that the adrenaline was out of his system. He limped over to Gaara. He stopped when he was face to face with the boy. "Gaara, will you allow me to speak?" Naruto requested of the redhead. Gaara gritted his teeth but sighed, seeing as he was in no position to argue. He nodded affirmatively. Naruto smiled. "Good, but let's speak in my world." Naruto turned around and looked at his Cobra friends. "Don't judge him for trying to kill me. It wasn't his choice. I'll make everything clear later." Naruto elaborated. He looked back at Gaara. "Look into my eyes," Naruto stated. Gaara looked into Naruto's eyes right as he activated his genjutsu. They appeared in a somewhat nice-looking world. Naruto was sitting so Gaara sat, knowing far too well that he wouldn't be able to touch Naruto in this world. "Okay. So you saw how my friends came to my rescue, right?" Naruto asked, already knowing the answer. Gaara nodded and Naruto started to continue. "I know what you are. My special friend told me that you are the Jinchuriki, or carrier, for the one-tailed Tanuki, also known as Shukaku. You lived your life feared, hated, and alone. You lived with a loneliness that bore a hole into the darkest depths of your heart. But it's not too late for you to turn around and take a different path," Naruto was explaining as Gaara interrupted. "And how can I believe what you say? How would you know what it's like to live like me?" Gaara asked. He was upset at Naruto's attitude, although he refused to show it. Naruto kept a smile on his face. "Gaara, I'm just like you. Just like you, I am a Jinchuriki. Except I hold the most feared of the nine-tailed beasts. I hold the nine-tailed fox, Kurama. Kurama is the special friend I mentioned earlier. I also grew up hated, feared, and alone. Both my parents died on the day of my birth. The only difference between you and me is that I found a girl that loved me for me, instead of fearing me for what I contained. And I love her just as much. And you've seen some of the other friends I made. After all, they did stop you from murdering me. So what do you say, Gaara? Will you leave the hidden sand behind and come here to the hidden leaf and be my friend?" Naruto finished, holding out his hand. Gaara couldn't understand what was happening right before his eyes. He had tears in his eyes for the first time in years. "Hey, I can even repair your seal," Naruto offered. Gaara smiled and held his hand out, grasping Naruto's hand. The genjutsu faded, the real world appearing before their eyes. The sand surrounding Gaara began to crumble. Gaara fell to the ground exhausted. Naruto could sense the anger radiating from the Kazekage. Naruto limped and jumped up to the cage box. He then punched the Kazekage square in the face. "Show me your real face, you snake bastard. You won't get me with a lame cheap shot this time." Naruto was in a highly advanced taijutsu pose. His leg was smoking, a clear sign Kurama was healing Naruto for the battle. Naruto made a motion to his friends and they knew what was about to happen. They abandoned the battlefield, Gaara included. Naruto did a roundhouse kick, hitting the Kazekage directly in the side of the face. The Kazekage was sent flying, leaving a crater in the middle of the battlefield. Naruto made a quick motion to the Jonin hidden around the stadium and they gave the order to the Jonin to evacuate the stadium. The Jonin then began engaging the hidden sound and sand ninja littered throughout the stadium. Naruto flashed in front of Kabuto, dropping him in an advanced genjutsu before the Kazekage. Suddenly a loud boom was heard and smoke billowed from the south wall of the village. The Kazekage slowly stood to his feet, taking his hat off and tossing it. "Don't you know that it's rude to duel without showing your face?" Naruto scoffed, irritated that Orochimaru had the audacity to keep his disguise on. Orochimaru smirked. "Oh, do pardon me, where are my manners?" Orochimaru stated as he ripped off the disguise, exposing his true identity. "Is this what you wanted?" he asked, hoping he could have some fun with the boy. But first he slammed his hands on the ground, summoning the first and second Hokage. Suddenly the Sound Four created an impenetrable barrier, trapping Sarutobi and the two ex-Hokage. Orochimaru laughed sadistically. "The old man is as good as dead." Naruto clenched his fists and gritted his teeth. The stadium began shaking with the sheer force of the red chakra erupting from Naruto's body. Gaara was still in the stadium, watching in awe as Naruto challenged one of the most feared men alive. Naruto was sprouting three tails. He had the appearance of a fox as well, the features more defined than ever. Naruto then did the unexpected. He activated the fifth gate while in his chakra cloak. There was nothing holding him back. He disappeared and reappeared immediately as he kicked Orochimaru into the air. He began playing ping-pong with Orochimaru's body in midair until he got bored and slammed Orochimaru's body to the ground. Naruto used his Byakugan to scan inside the barrier. He knew it was over because he could see the Shinigami, clearly summoned by Sarutobi. This infuriated him even more, causing him to sprout two more tails. Naruto's skin peeled away from his body. Naruto then slammed Orochimaru as hard as he could into the air, then immediately made a tailed beast bomb and launched it vertically, straight at Orochimaru. Orochimaru appeared on the ground, a chunk missing out of his leg, causing him to crouch. Naruto sprinted forward, ready to end this. Orochimaru knew this would be more troublesome than he had originally calculated. He gave the order to all troops to retreat. He was then carried away by the Sound Four, who had dropped the barrier. Naruto immediately returned to normal and appeared with Lord Third. Sarutobi had just finished sealing away the first and second Hokage. "Naruto, you did your village proud, thank you for allowing an old man like me to die a happy death. Goodbye," Hiruzen stated as the life left his eyes, forever. Naruto closed the old man's eyes and laid him down. Eustace he did, an ANBU squad appeared. "Naruto sir. We are here to follow your orders, as you are the only one that has any knowledge on what just happened." Naruto stood solemnly. "Hawk, go fetch Konohamaru. Bear, you go fetch Jiraiya. Tiger, you get Asuma. Crane, I want you to deliver the news to the front lines that the invasion is in fact over." Naruto ordered, trying his best to keep his calm. "Sir." The four took off in separate directions, each burdened with a different task. Another squad appeared. "Sir, you have been declared acting ANBU commander for now. What are your orders?" Naruto sighed internally. It seemed like things couldn't get much worse. "I want everyone minus Bear, Hawk, Tiger, and Crane, whom have already been given specific orders, to fan out and assess the total damage to the village. Mole, relay my orders to the rest of Black Ops." Naruto ordered, temporarily putting himself into his ANBU captain mindset. "Sir." They took off and performed what they had been commanded. Gar had still been watching, not able to believe what he was seeing. He was even more interested in the blonde than before. That's the end guys. If you enjoyed then make sure to leave a comment. This is Chaos Shinobi signing off.